He calls people that he thinks highly of and the R word.
So smug, it's unbelievable, man. No way! I think that's all that she was trying to say. And now she's getting painted as this lunatic. Dude, has he even seen the video?
But she took the cowardly
This is the
choice.
ultimate guilt by association. Someone I don't like agreed with you.
Ana Kasparian. Kind of being a Karen here, TBH.
Who cares? It's internet talking. Get your head out your ass. How has Vaush got a leg to stand on to say that? You've done the same thing with her.
People would stop using the R word as an insult.
Yes!
And, yeah,
soy
that's
nods! Soy
multiple
nods!
things
Give me
can
the
be
soy nod! There's a leftist civil war at the moment. It's out of control. It's going crazy on Twitter. It's going insane. It's worse. Well, is it worse? I don't know. Maybe not. So, for those of you that don't know, okay, Ana Kasparian and Vaush have been tearing strips out of each other on Twitter, okay? And I wanted to talk about one aspect of this that I feel people are really missing. Because I feel like the lefties, the Vaushites, are getting away with painting it as Ana has, like, all of a sudden just turned on Vaush, and as part of a shift to the right, she's decided to start attacking Vaush out of nowhere for no reason. And I went and had a look, so I thought, hang on a minute, I think there's more to it than that, because I'm pretty sure that once before, you know, Ana had Vaush on her show and they spoke in a friendly way about issues. Vaush then made a couple of videos about Ana and some of the trans takes and stuff like that, right? And yeah, it's like, that was what I thought. But then when I looked at it, I was like, actually, there's a lot more to it than that. Like, it's kind of crazy what's happened here. And it's kind of insane that kind of Vaush's side are getting to paint this as Ana just out of nowhere, just kind of like attacking Vaush, when the truth, it couldn't be further from the truth, really. Now, what I will say is that I do think Anna's taken a couple of L's in this drama. Like, I think that she has, you know, put out a couple of things that I've looked at and gone, yeah, this is a bit cringe and lame. But, like, people are kind of missing this background as to how this has come about, you know? Now, I've not had time to watch all of the videos about this. I've only watched a few bits and pieces here and there, but I just want to kind of give you a little idea of what's happened, right? So, we're going to start here.
Specific.
So this is a video from 25th of August, 2022, okay? This is from 25th of August, 2022. And it's really just to indicate, like, what it kind of looked like a year ago. What is it? It's a year ago now, isn't it? Just under a year ago. But this gives you a little taste of what happened previously when Vaush had a disagreeable take with Ana on something.
This ain't reform. It's all about playing patty cakes with people who are not in any way rehabilitated.
This is indistinguishable from like a conservative argument, unfortunately. Even if there's a broader truth to what she's saying, the way this is being framed right here, yeah, like the framing here is reactionary. Playing patty cake with criminals, I suspect she has a strong bias on this issue. However, being charitable, maybe more charitable than I'd be with others, but again, I do respect her a lot. I understand the broader problem she's pointing out. It's just like she is not making a great case for it here. Maybe a little bit of a hot take, I guess. I do think that the left kind of shoots itself in the foot because both optically and sometimes in serious policy, we do kind of give the impression that we literally don't care about crime. Any discussion of whether people should be arrested or whatever, like, we're always anti-cop by default. So there seem to be very few contexts in which like people on the left are willing to go, yeah, I think that person should just be locked up.
Wow. So this was from like a year ago. Okay, this is from a year ago. Yes, obviously there's a bit of soy mixed in there. Okay, obviously there's a little bit of soy mixed in there as well. But he's pretty reasonable. And even though he's got like a disagreeable perspective with the way she's phrased it, you know, fundamentally he kind of backs her up a bit and says, you know, we've got a problem on the left about this stuff, okay? When we're talking about crime issues, okay? When we're talking about crime issues, Vaush has got kind of an agreeable take, okay? Now, there's a little bit more to look at here as well. This is an interesting clip.
Starting with Vaush, who's a big Twitch
Vaush.
streamer. He's got a big YouTube channel as well. He says,
so this is from 27th of September 2022. Okay, so this is Ana calling out Vaush. Let's see what she says.
"You couldn't be more wrong. I love spirited debate in the free marketplace of ideas." He even provided his email and would love to have that conversation with you.
Oh, just a little short clip, but just to demonstrate. There's Ana saying, "Oh, Vaush, what a great guy he is." And this is, I would guess, obviously you can't always judge a video by its title, but it seems pretty obvious that Vaush is being pretty supportive of Ana in this debate. Ana Kasparian crushes Dennis Prager in embarrassing debate. I'm going to go ahead and assume he's very positive about this.
Okay, this is a 30-minute chunk with Ana Kasparian, who's the only person I care about because she's cool, okay?
Oh, Ana's cool. That's interesting, isn't it? Ana's cool. So Vaush had a disagreement with the way she'd phrased something, but had broadly kind of backed her up. And the 27th of September said, "Oh, she's cool." And Ana shouted Vaush out. Very friendly, very amenable, very nice. Okay? Very nice. What's this next one? This is going to be an interesting one, I'm sure.
And the fact that Ben had you up there rather than a 19-year-old freshman, sociology undergrad, you know? I think that speaks to the fact that we have to be taken a bit more seriously in direct confrontation.
Refusing to engage in these debates demonstrates weakness. And even if you're not a weak person, it certainly comes off as weak. And I'm not in any way intimidated regarding debate, especially with someone like Ben Shapiro.
Ooh! Now, obviously, again, that is a short clip. Okay, that is a short clip. That is a very short clip, but this is obviously after he's had this disagreeable perspective on a take on crime whilst broadly agreeing and being charitable to her. Very friendly, very nice. So this is what, you know, when I looked at this is from ages ago. This is from 27th October 21, so I kind of fucked up on this because it happened before the other stuff. But it's just funny how, you know, they're able to have disagreements and still speak in a friendly fashion, which we're about to show you now. But this one here, there's kind of this explicit praise. There's kind of this explicit praise for the idea that Ana is willing to speak to Ben Shapiro. Let's put a pin in that. I'm sure that's going to be relevant later, okay? And this is the most recent appearance on stream, I think, which is them talking about
recently. There were some statistics by healthcare company Cigna indicating that men are the loneliest generation. In fact, 18 to 24-year-olds are lacking friends, intimate partners. They're feeling increasingly alienated from society. And when you look at statistics in regard to their education, whether or not they're working, more and more of this data reinforces that there is something awry. And addressing it doesn't mean that you turn your back on issues pertaining to women, but it does mean that we should be focused on what it is in society that is leading to this epidemic, what the left can do to offer solutions, and how we can basically fight back against the more nefarious figures who have filled the void that, you know, men are struggling with, people like Jordan Peterson and what have you. Now, recently, Vaush, who's a popular streamer, had tweeted this thread that I think is really, really important to address. He writes, "I cannot stress enough how important it is to understand that 12-year-old white boys on Twitch are not being pulled into fascism because of some Machiavellian desire to preserve and expand their privileges. It's because the right talks to them and the left doesn't." He continues to argue that leftists and progressives have absolutely no idea how unnecessarily repellent they come off to so
wow. Oh my God. What a base take from Vaush. What an amazing take from Vaush here.
many people, and they get angry at the idea of being a more effective social movement because they don't want to share their social spaces with people who might have gone another way. But the criticism for leftists continue, and to be honest, I agree with a lot of what Vaush says here. He says leftists will write master's theses on the effect.
One thing to note here is this is clearly Vaush going against the kind of grain when it comes to men's issues on the left, okay? And here Ana is giving like a full-throated support for this. And obviously, you know, I'd presume at the time these tweets were going out, there was probably a lot of contention. You know, Vaush was probably getting shat on. You know what happens when, listen, you know what happens when you say on the left, like, oh, men's issues are important and we should worry about it. All these fucking soy feminists defend on you to shit on you. I'd presume at the time that was what was happening to Vaush. Here Ana is. Do you know what? He's got a point about this.
Effect of socioeconomic conditions on crime, and then shrug when 10 million more young men fall into fascism because their boy brains must just be innately fascist and they choose to be evil, and there's no way this could have been prevented. And then the final tweet, because I want to make sure you guys get a full look at what he's thinking here. This is always a good topic to feel smug over, because the replies and quote tweets are saturated with people who literally think, quote, we should care about men's problems and offer them advice is a dog whistle for we should build a Fourth Reich, thus proving the problem. Now, joining us today to talk about this is the man behind the Twitter thread, Vaush. And I want to thank you, Vaush, for taking some time to talk to us about this today.
Oh, it's an absolute delight. Don't mind the cam, by the way. Like young men, my camera encoder is alienated.
Look at this. Look how happy they are to be on stream together. It's a pleasure. 7 months ago, by the way. 7 months ago, by the way.
There.
So this is from the 4th of January, 2023. Okay. So 7 months ago, they're on stream, sharing. Vaush has given some hot takes about men's issues. Ana has backed him up. Ana's got him on the show to speak his piece. Very nice, very lovely. And that is, you know, with other history where there has been a bit of disagreement. We saw one clip there where Vaush was kind of disagreeing with the way that Ana presented something, but kind of backed up her overall point in that short clip at least. You know, he's praising her for having debated Ben Shapiro. You know, it feels like we've kind of forgotten about some of this history, because the way it's being presented now is honestly insane. People are going, oh my God, Ana's attacking Vaush as part of a move to the right. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I'm sure didn't they have a stream together where they were like friendly? And I've gone and had a quick look, and in about, 30 minutes looking earlier, I found like 4 different videos where there's clearly a very positive relationship between the two of them, right? So it goes further than that though. You've probably seen this next clip, which is going around at the moment. So this is Ana calling out Vaush on the show, okay?
With there. All right, Benjamin Gilbert Liff, brother, gave a lot of money for me to read this comment, so we'll do it. Jenks, so Vaush responded to the clip of you yesterday by saying that he's not a grifter and that he thinks there's a gas leak at TYT. Okay, that seems clever. He said he thinks very highly of you and Ana. Well, he has a curious way of showing it.
He calls people that he thinks highly of bitches and the R word. Is that what he does? That's what he does?
Yeah, he's got a curious way of showing that high regard, but feels justified in informing his audience that he disagrees and was shocked by the response he got for Ana.
Listen, I think Vaush is trash, okay? And if you actually genuinely do
I can't believe Ana, oh my God. I can't believe Ana's attacking Vaush like this, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, Ana's suddenly turned on Vaush. Oh my God, it's so disgusting, I can't believe it.
Watch Vaush on a regular basis, you also know he's trash. Which makes me wonder, why do you keep writing into us, urging us to have that trash on our show? And yes, Vaush, I think you're garbage. I think you're trash. Found a lot of interesting things about what you had to say about the transgender community. Tried to scrub the internet of those videos. I found them. I'm really curious why you thought it was okay to say the kinds of things about them that you did, including the fact that you think that they have mental illness, they're struggling with mental illness. That's what this is about.
Okay, I've got to be honest with you, right? We'll get to that later because I do think that's kind of an Ana L, the way that that's been presented, okay? But we'll get to that later because I'm showing you this for another reason at the moment.
They're the most toxic people on the internet. I've got the receipts. I'm ready to show them. But calling me a bitch turf because I just don't think that it's, politically advantageous to refer to women as birthing people or people with a uterus, that's terrible. I can't do that. But you can say some of the most disgusting things about the transgender community and then pretend like you have the moral high ground? You're garbage, Vaush. I don't respect you, which is why I don't want to talk to you. It's that simple.
Yeah.
The thing is as well with this is, I feel like Ana is focusing on kind of the wrong things here in my perspective. to me, it seems pretty obvious what's happened here, right? Based on the videos I just showed you. Literally, those are the clips. By all means, go and watch the full videos if you want. But it's quite clear that Ana and Vaush had a friendly relationship. And there's been times where Ana has had Vaush's back when he's put out a contentious take about something, about men's issues. You know, even bringing him on the show to kind of back up his points. Obviously, we've got to get to like what Vaush has done to lead up to this. We'll get to that in a sec. But, you know, if I was Ana, I'd probably feel a bit blindsided by that. I'd be like, wait, what? Do you know what I mean? Like, I backed you up when you were fucking under fire for your takes on men issues, but now you're not giving me any charity and you're just kind of throwing me aside as this kind of transphobic person because it's kind of convenient to do so, you know?
Okay, so look, guys, the thing
And yes, it is worth noting, we'll find out in a minute, okay? Let's have a think about what particular issue has caused this rift, and I think maybe we can get some insight there too.
I can't stand is when people say crazy, horrible things about us, and they go, "What? Why are you grabbing me? Why are you grabbing me?"
Attention. He wants it so bad. Congratulations, Vaush. You got the attention you so desperately want. You're trash. That's what I think of you.
It's like, well, I'm just calling you guys the R word and then stuff. But why are you attacking me? Okay, so guys, it's not just about Vaush. To all the criers out there who say horrible, horrible things about us, and then when we tweak you back, I don't need your stupid tears. Go away, okay? So fine, what am I gonna, like, look, I'm willing to talk to almost anybody. So you want to debate, what are we gonna debate? I don't even, your positions are not consistent. So am I debating the Vaush that hates trans people or the Vaush pretending to love trans people?
Okay. One thing I would say in Vaush's favor is when he spoke about the trans stuff, he was referring to the online community. I don't think he meant every single trans person. So, you know, I feel like TYT have kind of dropped the ball a bit in how they've spoken about this. And I think focusing on this clip is a bit cringe, like, because also the clip is based. We'll get to that later. But I think that there's probably like a few L's that TYT have got to take on this.
I don't know who I'm debating.
What's hot right now online?
Okay, where's the money? Where's the money?
Yeah.
Oh, have I got you to talk about me? Have I got into your algorithm loop? Yahoo! Guys, there's a literal cottage industry of people being paid, but through the views, etc., to attack us and then pretend that they're not.
Like they're trash, exactly.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. That's a bit conspiratorial. However, okay, I hadn't actually watched that clip before. Definitely a few criticisms of TYT and how they've handled this. However, here's a question. Guys. How do we go from this?
Recently, there were, and I don't see it
How do we go from this?
Addressing it isn't, in my opinion, a right-wing perspective or right.
With their
us urging us to have that trash on our show.
How did this happen?
And yes, Vaush, I think you're garbage. I think you're
How did this happen? Because the way the lefties paint it is Ana has attacked Vaush as part of a move and shift. Look at this video from the source. I'm sure there's more. Ana Kasparian is now targeting Vaush in her crusade against the left. Wow. Crikey. It must be true if the surf said it, right? However, there's a small problem. There's a little problem with this this angle, okay? By my count, okay, since Ana and Vaush were on stream speaking about men's issues, Vaush has released 8 different videos criticizing Ana in one way or another, okay? Now, I'm not saying you can't criticize people, okay? I'm not saying you can't criticize people if you don't want to criticize people. But this narrative that Ana is just attacking Vaush out of nowhere is just completely false. It's misinformation. It's bullshit. It's not true at all, right? If you want to talk about, who's having a go at who, it's pretty fucking clear that Vaush is like more so the aggressor in this situation. By all means, if there's videos that I haven't seen, since January when they spoke, of Ana making kind of numerous videos about Vaush and his bad takes or something, then I've not seen them and I'll happily have them pointed out to me. But from what I can tell, it seems pretty obvious that Vaush is the one that's been kind of aggressing and criticizing Ana, which again is fine. I'm not saying you can't fucking criticize people or attack people or whatever you want to do. But this narrative that Ana is just all of a sudden turned on Vaush out of nowhere as part of a, as part of a crusade against it, it's just wrong. It's not true. Look at this.
The reason these terms are used in the context they're used is because they're broad descriptors for people who are not entirely women in the group category. And again, it doesn't immediately like knock out or invalidate everything she's ever done or said that I think is good.
Okay.
Of course not. But like, it's really dumb. This is really, really dumb.
Okay. So still a little bit of good faith there. Doesn't, eliminate everything. What if we don't care about any of these people or what they do? At the top right of your screen, there's a little X. You just go up there, click that, close my stream, and never come back. There we go. Easy peasy. In fact, I'll make it easy for you, okay? There we go. Easy peasy. So this is on the 23rd of March. So this is 2 months after the stream where they were kind of friendly talking about men's issues. And you can see there that Vaush is like critical, but he's not like totally insane. He's like, it doesn't invalidate any good she ever did. Ana Kasparian's awful trans Twitter take. What else have we got?
Polite.
TYT's Ana Kasparian burns the bridge with leftists over birthing persons, including me. Okay.
Means not calling the person you disagree with the R word, which is what I was called, even though I've been incredibly kind to him. I've been open-minded toward him, even though there are people trashing him and accusing him of terrible things online all day, every day. But the
difference is that when people trash me, they're wrong. But when I trash you, I'm right.
He's so smug, it's unbelievable, man. No way! That's unbelievable. This is from the 30th of April, 2023.
That's the critical difference. You understand? We're not paying debts down here. I'm just evaluating the takes that you're giving, okay? I hope you weren't defending me just because you thought like, oh, I'm like a big lefty figure. We could work together and boost our bucks, get some TYT dollars. You defend me because I'm right. I defend me because I'm right. And I attack you because you're wrong. I don't get, people always do this. People always do this like, well, I was nice to you. I don't care.
I think the point that Ana is making there, not having not seen the video, obviously there's lots of fucking content here. You can pour over it if you want to go and see all the, all the context of this. Pretty sure all Ana's saying there was like, you were under fire, you were getting a lot of shit, but yet when I say, a take, and I'll say this now about a certain issue, all of a sudden it's all guns blazing, right? What's funny about Vaush is it feels like he's willing to have a contentious take about a whole host of topics, okay? So he's willing to have contentious takes on race issues, but in terms of against the left, okay? He's willing to have a contentious take about race issues, about men's issues, okay? He's willing to have a contentious take about crime issues. I even saw a tweet the other day that I thought was good, where he's being critical of lefties that were trying to downplay the Kai Cenat stuff. I thought that was based, right? There is one issue, though, that not only does Vaush not want to have a contentious take about it, despite having done it before, okay, but if you've got a contentious take about it, he's not going to be happy with it. What is that one issue? What is that one issue that Vaush cannot stand someone having a contentious take on to the point that he's got to fucking go nuclear on someone that does? It's trans issues, isn't it? It's trans issues. For some reason, he's willing to have, not even just willing, maybe he doesn't necessarily agree, but he's willing to at least be permissive of disagreeable takes on certain topics, right? But with trans stuff, Ana tweeting out about the birthing person thing was too much, to the point where he's got to, essentially go on this campaign, call her a retarded bitch because she doesn't like the term birthing person. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like Vaush of like, late 2021, 2022, early 2022, I feel like Vaush would have had the same take, no? I'm pretty sure Vaush would have said, oh yeah, calling people birthing persons is kind of cringe. Like, am I insane? Am I fucking gaslighting myself? I feel like he would have easily had that kind of perspective. But now, Ana Kasparian voicing frustration at the idea of birthing person, which is a cringe gay term, and we all know that, is considered to be some sort of fucking, you know, what's the right word for it? When you speak out, heresy. It's like fucking, you know, trans heresy or something. Why? What's the problem with that? And look, Vaush, as he did in that other clip, could easily just say, oh, hey, you know, I don't like the way that she's worded this. I think this stokes conservative narratives, which is a fine criticism if you want to make that, okay? However, I do understand where she's coming from. And I think language-wise, we need to be more optically minded in how we describe this stuff. Because, you know, birthing person is a very fucking off-putting term. And it's like, I feel like Vaush recognizes this dynamic as well. Recently, in these very tweets, when he talks about being repellent, right? He talks about being repellent. I know it's a different context, right? Leftists and progressives have absolutely no idea how unnecessarily repellent they come off to so many people. And they get angry at the idea of being a more effective social movement because they don't want to share their social spaces with people who might have gone another way. Except for trans issues, of course. Okay? But secondly, this absolutely applies to birthing person. Birthing person is a repellent term. I don't think, you know, I agree that the right overstate it sometimes. There was this bonus whole thing, which was like, not even this massive thing people were pushing for. It was from one charity in the UK from 2020, right? So I agree that it gets overstated, but there's some terminology that is just repellent and people don't like it, you know? Go and ask fucking 100 normies in the street how they feel as a woman getting called a birthing person. And I'm pretty sure most people are going to be like, yeah, I don't really like that term. You know? So yeah, it's just crazy to me. It's so insane to me that Vaush, you know, not only was kind of defended by Ana when he had his kind of moment getting dogpiled over the men's takes, you know, and that's not to say that he has to defend her forever, but it's just worth noting that they used to have a friendly, you know, relationship. And then Ana has a contentious take about trans stuff, says she doesn't like the term birthing person, and then all of a sudden it's, you know, we've got to pump out videos saying how bad Ana is. And then now people are looking at all of this and they're going, oh, Ana's turned on Vaush out of nowhere. No, Vaush turned on Ana. Like, why is everyone saying that Ana turned on Vaush? That's not what happened. Vaush turned on Ana first. There's fucking 8 videos here where he's, you know, criticizing her. Admittedly, I've not watched the videos, so I don't know the exact nature of, like, what Vaush has said in all of these pieces of content, okay? Right? However, I think it's undeniable, I think it's totally undeniable that Vaush has absolutely, you know, given kind of heavy criticism of Ana repeatedly. And, you know, kind of joining on the dot. Well, Ana has done a couple of things since then, right? The Adam and Sitch interview. So what? So what? Why does it matter that Ana's done a fucking Adam and Sitch interview? Why does that matter? Why does that mean anything? What's that got to do with anything? I'm pretty sure, I don't know the exact timeline, I'm pretty sure that Ana went on Adam and Sitch after she got berated by lefties for having the take about the birthing person thing, no? Who's been saying that Ana's turned on Vaush first? That is the narrative amongst kind of the Vaush associated people. That is absolutely the narrative. We just looked at a search video that claimed that as part of a crusade against the left, Ana's turned on Vaush. Anyway, where were we? So we just saw that one. What else have we got here? Let's have a quick look at these.
Oh, Christ alive. What?
Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur keep getting worse and worse. I think this is about Ukraine takes, now? To be fair.
Another TYT video with a 50-50 like and dislike ratio.
Ooh.
U.S. knew all along about Ukrainian plan to attack Nord Stream pipelines. Okay, to be honest with you, I haven't actually looked into the Nord Stream thing at all because
That is classic Vaush at this point, is it not? Is that not classic Vaush at this point? I've not looked into insert topic at all. Oh my God.
I don't really care. I guess I could believe that anyone sabotaged it. Has there been any real evidence of anyone doing it in particular?
Also, didn't it... Am I crazy? Obviously, he wasn't to know at the time. Didn't it come out that Ukraine did do this? No? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that Destiny covered this. I don't know if Destiny covered it or not. But didn't it come out that Ukraine did this? I'm pretty sure that Ukraine came out and said they did this. No one knows. Or was it like the righties that have said that? Russia claims Ukraine did it. Okay. Did I see some right-wing psyop shit or something? I'm sure I saw this got confirmed. Ukraine, Nord Stream. A culprit's not like been identified. US knew of Ukrainian plot to bomb Nord Stream 2. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't know anything about this situation, okay? US had intelligence of detailed Ukrainian plan to attack Nord Stream pipeline. The CIA learned last June via European spy agency. By the way, I'd accept if there's not proof of who did it or whatever, that's fine. But I guess that the TYT are reporting on this story. That would be my guess. When is this video from? 12th of June. This article is from the 6th of June. This is from the Washington Post. I guess it doesn't prove that Ukraine did it, but I mean, I'd be surprised if the Washington Post is making shit up. The US said it was Ukraine. Okay. Anyway, I don't really care about the actual topic itself. You know, again, I'm not really a geopolitics kind of guy. But
last thing that I saw was Jackson Hinkle posting a photo of a like rusty, disgusting boot buried in the water, and they were like, "This is an American boot, therefore America blew it up," or something like that. Like, that's the extent of the evidence that I'm familiar with. I get like anyone could have done it, and I don't really care. There's a claim Biden knew for 3 months Ukraine was planning to attack the pipeline. Well, do you think this video covers that topic? Let's find out.
Indicates that 3 months before the Nord Stream pipeline was bombed last September, a close ally to the Biden administration informed the White House about a Ukrainian military plan to essentially launch a covert attack on the undersea network. Now, they would use a small team of divers who would report to the commander-in-chief of the...
Quick question, by plan, what do we mean exactly? Because America, like the Pentagon has plans to invade Canada. Like, military organizations create plans.
Okay. I don't know enough about this topic to really meaningfully engage with this, unfortunately. It's just kind of... But I think that if this is getting reported on in the mainstream press as the Biden administration knew of a plan, I think that's like sounds a bit more actionable and imminent than just, oh, there's a plan to invade Canada or something insane happened. Anyway, don't know enough to talk about this, but it's worth noting, and obviously I'm hammering on the trans stuff. One thing that is worth noting is that Vaush has also put out videos that disagree with TYT on the basis of their Ukraine coverage, rightly or wrongly. I don't know either way, but it's just worth bearing in mind that that has also been part of this too.
So remember how Ana Kasparian in a relatively short...
So, bear in mind, obviously, I'm not one to judge by titles and thumbnails necessarily, okay? One thing I would point out, though, is this video is titled, Ana Kasparian hits a new low, TYT is crumbling, okay? So this is from 8th of July. It's pretty evident that, like, over a period of time, and again, I'm sure Anna probably has done things that maybe he hasn't liked, but certainly there's a change in the tone throughout this coverage, I think, and it goes from him kind of going, doesn't eradicate everything she's ever done to, TYT's crumbling. Ana Kasparian hits a new low. So you can kind of see how from Anna's perspective, she presumably is seeing some of this. And is probably a bit perturbed by it. Like, I know I would be, you know?
So remember how Ana Kasparian, in a relatively short time, went from being what I would consider to be one of the more respected friends of the stream to being a raving lunatic based purely on the fact that she glanced at a medical document in California which used the term birthing persons to refer to people who can give birth. This offended her, and now we're running down the track that we're running down. Yeah, so it's gotten worse, it seems.
I don't know. It's so crazy to me to say that, you know, she's a raving lunatic. All she said was she didn't like the term birthing person. And I think her whole point was, hey, let's be more politically effective and use the right terminology that's going to get people on our side. I think that's all that she was trying to say. And now she's getting painted as this fucking lunatic. Jesus, man. Crazy.
So a lot has happened. We're going to have to jump a few hoops, okay? So for some reason, she decided to defend Jesse Singal. Is that Singal? I don't actually know how it's pronounced. Singal? So this is a guy who defended another person who was arguing in favor of conversion therapy for trans youth.
What the fuck, man? What is he on about? Jesse Singal has never fucking argued for conversion therapy. What?
Transphobe, a lot of them, not special, small brain. Ana Kasparian defending the guy who defended that person. Jesse, small brain.
Oh, okay. He's saying that Jesse Singal... Okay, to be fair, he's saying Jesse Singal defended someone who pushed conversion therapy. So I misheard him there. I'll take the L on that straight away.
Ana, in this case, right here, small brain. Jesse Singal, not a transphobe at all. They just want to suppress anything that questions the safety of puberty blockers / cross-sex hormones for minors. So what you can see here is like an...
Anna's correct, by the way. Anna is absolutely correct about this. This is 100% true about the modern day progressive movement. This is absolutely what they want to do. They do want to do this. They do want to suppress anything that questions the safety of it. They want to obfuscate and pivot, okay? I've heard people say things about like the NHS and other European medical organizations, which are like insane. The kind of shit the fucking rightoids were saying about, like, you know, medical orgs looking at COVID. The idea that it's all just politically motivated. They're not doing it for any good reason. They're just doing it because, oh, it's a far right politicians in power, so they're doing it for that reason. All complete baloney and complete bullshit, right? When the reality of it is, there are question marks over some of the youth trans stuff. Yeah, like every fucking turn. They try and downplay and, you know, disregard and pivot away from anything that criticizes the idea of, you know, transition, pediatric transition stuff.
Echo of all the disingenuous bullshit conservative talking points on the issue. Like, not engaging with the criticisms, just like they disagree with you because they want to suppress any dissident information. And then, like, you look at the dissident information and it's like dumbasses scrolling with their own shit, like finger painting with it on paper. I don't know if it's a psychotic break or if the money's changed or what, but I think that Anna's acting in clear bad faith. I don't think this is like a fully genuine thing. Like what I'm often most concerned about is not the arguments that people give, it's the way they give them. Because I've talked to...
That is so insane coming from Vaush. Oh my god. That is wild coming from Vaush. Vaush is extremely boisterous and aggressive in the way that he makes his arguments.
People who have had pretty significant disagreements with and not like minded it that much. Like, not all of this is on stream. I talk to a lot of people off stream, but I've talked to people who have been like kind of anti-trans, but in a way that suggests to me genuine ignorance of the subject and not like a pre-baked list of like anti-trans propaganda that they're disingenuously fronting by giving.
This is about Ana Kasparian. What? All over the fact that she is, you know, and listen, I'm not against the criticism of Jessie Singal, to be clear. If you want to criticize Jessie Singal for whatever, that's fine. But whenever I've looked at Jessie Singal criticisms, it is always like overstated or guilt by association shit, right? In terms of his actual work and what he talks about, okay, all people have ever got is pivoting away to, he's a transphobe. He defended this guy who supported conversion therapy. There's never actually pushback against the material of what he says in any meaningful way. What's the other one they say? Oh, he's guilty of a HIPAA violation. He's guilty of a HIPAA violation. That's the other one they say about Jessie Singal. When he's a fucking journalist, he's not subject to that, you know, rule at all. Always just obfuscation and pivoting, never actually engaging with what it is that Jessie Singal is saying. So actually, it's good. It's good that people are fucking defending Jessie Singal, because he's one of the only people that has had this kind of staunch approach to dealing with this issue, where he's actually putting out information. Not in, you know, obviously you've got like people on the right that are very anti-trans, genuinely, and they're putting out this information. But Jessie Singal was someone who isn't actually transphobic, that is trying to at least bring some sort of sense to the conversation. And he just gets completely shat on by the left because he's not fucking out there going, yeah, transition kids, whatever, it doesn't matter, let's go straight ahead.
Giving little snippets and like, you know, like bumper sticker bits of counter arguments without engaging with the point, you know? Like, for a million years over, I would rather deal with somebody who is anti-trans because they just think it's weird and don't get it, than somebody who's anti-trans in like this civil, disagreeable, I just have some questions kind of way, who's like, you know, oh, well, they don't really disagree with Jesse. They're just trying to silence him. You know what I mean? It's that fake, grifty, disingenuous bullshit that I really, really hate. Which Ana is doing here, like completely and unreservedly. It's not good. Oh yeah. She argued with Juniper for a while, which is fun. It's mostly just Juniper saying "fuck you," which is also fun. They were talking about barricading a speaker. This was okay.
We don't need to watch all of this, but like I say, by all means, you can go and check the video out if you want to see more. Yeah, this was a really stupid take from the left. They were trying to argue that barricading speakers in a room is not like a violent act. Like, yes, it is. It absolutely is. You are by force stopping someone from leaving an area. How is that not fucking a violent act? Yes, that was a discourse. God, it's like rapid fire of all the discourses about this stuff over the past few months. But yeah, Ana had a totally reasonable point. Anna's point wasn't, you know, that you can't protest or you know, something like that. All she was saying was, hey, in order to, you know, in fact, have we got a video clip that we can quickly show just to demonstrate what it was that Ana was speaking out against? Is this it? We watched this before, I think. Oh,
have you got past level 455 on Raw Match yet, guys?
Former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines says that she was assaulted on the campus of San Francisco State University.
So yeah, basically, the whole, you know, obviously, again, if you want to watch the video, by all means do. But Anna's whole point of this was, this is bad to do this. You shouldn't do it like this. There's other forms of protest which are not only more effective, but also like look better optically. So you should focus on that instead. Like, at no point was she trying to claim that the idea, like, she was happy with protesting, but was just saying, this is counterproductive. How the fuck can anyone watch this and think this is a productive, like, use of advocacy to do shit like this, man?
So after that, Gaines had to be escorted by campus police into a safe room where she remained barricaded for literally 3 hours. There's documentation proving that, which we'll get to in just a moment. In fact, she couldn't leave the room until members of the San Francisco Police Department showed up to escort her out of that.
Anyway, I encourage you to go and watch her video on the topic. But Anna was just correct about this. Like, she was correct about this. And in fact, I would argue, in this particular case, like, I understand there's other instances where they didn't like some of the stuff Anna said about Jesse Singal, whatever, fine, put that to one side. This is an example where Anna was correct about something, about this issue, and she was getting dogpiled by retarded trans people on Twitter. Not all trans people are retarded, obviously, just the ones on Twitter that were against this, or against Anna in this situation. Okay, I'm not generalizing everyone. And this would have been an opportunity for Vaush to kind of, at the very least, just kind of say, hey, maybe there's some stuff here Anna's got a point on, but no, it's just another opportunity to kind of nuke Anna from orbit over this. Oh, look, then they got the Adam and Sitch. Then they got the Adam and Sitch thing. Let's watch a little bit more.
Remember the speaker who got barricaded? They were also a piece of shit. So this spiraled out of control. Who's this Juniper person anyway? High tier shit poster. Basically, there was this anti-trans person who like got held in a room for a couple hours. Whatever, I don't care. This led to an incredibly
dude, has he even seen the video?
Funny tweet from Ana, which old friend of the stream Doe has here screenshotted.
Oh my god!
The civil rights movement did not use the same strategies as the trans movement. They didn't barricade speakers they disagreed with in a classroom for 3 hours. They persuaded through nonviolence and showing America their humanity. Which is, I mean, I can't say it better than Doe has here. It said, the sanitized and child-friendly version of history makes liberals into reactionaries. And yeah, pretty much. Yeah. This is a shockingly stupid thing for Ana to say. Ana is a liberal. She's never been a socialist. But this is a degree of, like, blind, liberal, like, institutional, civility faith that just... I genuinely don't think that Ana would have been capable of making a statement like this a year ago. I don't think so. It's pretty shockingly bad. On many levels. So we can break it down. So first of all, the civil rights movement enjoyed a lot of success for its
Guys, Vaush is right here, by the way. Is he? Is he really? Martin Luther King was like dedicated to non-violence. There's this like narrative that lefties push that Martin Luther King, they point to like the letter from Birmingham jail and they go, oh no, he talked about how bad the libs were then. Not true. Not true at all. What he talked about was he criticized, I can't remember exactly what it is he criticized. He criticized some flavor of liberal at the time, right? But he also at the same time reasserted his dedication to non-violence. He was like staunchly non-violence. He pushed non-violence consistently, endlessly. I don't think there's a point where Martin Luther King at any point went, do you know what, actually, this non-violent stuff is no good. We need to knock this on the head.
Generally peaceful tactics. But that's because we're talking about an aggregate of a movement that involved actions of millions of people. There were plenty of instances where people associated with the civil rights movement did stuff like this. In fact, here's an anecdote. In 1969, Samuel L. Jackson, the same one, yes, was expelled from historically black Morehouse College for locking board members in a building for 2 days in protest of the school's curriculum and governance. Included in this group of people who were held hostage was Martin Luther King Jr.'s own father, Martin Luther King Sr. So
okay, we're using one incident where he was punished as well for doing this. Okay.
So again, 2 days, Samuel L. Jackson and MLK's dad was in the room. Very funny. Obviously, like, applying a little bit of sense to this. The
thing is, as well, is what I don't understand about this, we're pointing to, like, one example of that happening, right? One example of that happening is, first of all, that is not, in any case, what is remembered from the Civil Rights Movement. What is remembered is, like, the Million Man March and the peaceful movement. But the second part is, what has this got to do with the Civil Rights Movement exactly? Locking board members in a building for 2... Is this like a defining moment of the Civil Rights Movement? 1969. Really? Like, I don't think this has got anything to do with the Civil Rights Movement. The Civil Rights Movement was a non-violent social movement and campaign from 1954 to 1968. Is this really part of the Civil Rights Movement as we think of it? It sounds like a protest that, or you know, something that was very separate to the Civil Rights Movement. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of weird to use an example outside of what I understand to be the Civil Rights Movement to go, no, actually, you're wrong. They did use tactics like this.
Martin Luther King Sr. So again, 2 days, Samuel L. Jackson and MLK's dad was in the room. Very funny.
Wait. Martin Luther King died on the 4th of April, 1968. I know that he's not the be-all and end-all of the Civil Rights Movement. And there's probably other things that happen. It just feels very odd that just because Martin Luther King's father was there, this is getting attributed to the Civil Rights Movement.
Obviously, like, applying a little bit of sense to this, the Civil Rights Movement enjoyed success broadly, as peaceful movements tend to, because peaceful movements are more likely to attract larger amounts of participation. Violent movements don't get moms with children marching. Peaceful movements do, which is why they tend to have higher turnout, which means higher rate of sympathy, and so on. However, MLK was unpopular when he died with white folk, so, you know, popularity isn't everything, for one. And for two, even if you believe that doing things like what Martin Luther King Jr. did, sorry, not Martin Luther King Jr., what Samuel L. Jackson did is, like, counterproductive, you have to remember that in broader political advocacy movements, there will always be, like, optically bad things that you can focus on, and the decision to hyperfixate on them is a reactionary decision. So, for example, I think that rioting during the Black Lives Matter protest is almost entirely negative for the movement, but it's also an inevitable consequence of millions of people participating in a high-stakes civil rights protest. So the decision to hyperfixate on the riots, rather than, like, you know, the broader movement and the broader goal, is a reactionary one, because you're pulling attention away from the valid points and towards inevitable, even if regrettable, outbursts of what you consider to be negative or optically bad attention, which is exactly what Ana Kasparian is doing here, making a bunch of anti-trans arguments, defending Jesse Singal, making arguments against trans people broadly, and then going, well, look at this one instance of something that I consider to be optically bad, hyperfixate, hyperfixate, hyperfixate. MLK would have never did this, ignore the fact that, you know, people who followed MLK did
this is such a wild take from Vaush, where but when Anna spoke to him, she threw out that tweet, you know, when he talked about how important it is to not be repellent to people. And then you watch that video, and this is like the definition of repellent. Some fucking weird freak screeching at someone. Like, you know, anyone that isn't completely lost in the fucking Kool-Aid is going to look at this and go, oh. They're going to look at this, they're going to go, oh, God, let me show you again.
Out of that barricaded room and to safety.
Look.
She says that campus police did nothing to help her.
This is the absolute definition of fucking repellent. Look at it. Look. Repellent. Repellent. Absolutely repellent. Show this to a normie and see what they think. They'll go, oh, God. Also, I wonder if this is what the Samuel L. Jackson thing looked like. I wonder if we went along screeching like a banshee at people. Anyway.
This. Really stupid. And then, yes, as people are pointing out, Ana Kasparian, like a coward, deleted this tweet and then retweeted Destiny defending her, which is ever the death knell, the sword of Damocles for being a Destiny agreeing with you, hanging over her. It finally fell, but she took the cowardly
This is the
choice.
ultimate guilt by association shit. Someone I don't like agreed with you, so therefore it's a sword of Damocles holding over you.
Which was to delete and then retweet.
So
which,
stupid.
if you're going to retweet someone agreeing with you, why'd you delete? It's because you were getting ratioed. Come on, pathetic, pathetic. Jesus Christ. I'm actually more offended by the deletion than anything else. Just it's another thing that speaks to me of grifting, you know, or like at least insincerity. The idea of like, you know, like you have a position. I mean, maybe if she had like phrased it in a super bad way, but she kind of like she retweeted a fundamental agreement with her point.
Do any bread tubers actually like each other? So basically, my view on this, it feels like we're kind of at the tail end. We're late stage bread tube, okay? We're at the tail end of it. This happened in the skeptic community as well, where everyone was pally when they started off and everyone knocked about together and made content together. Everyone was happy. There started to be some disagreements. People started to split off along these political lines. Thank you very much for the sub. Appreciate it. And then everyone just started fucking scrapping, arguing with each other. People quit, people left, people stopped doing this, stopped doing that, You know, very fucking potted history. And then you got some people that will be able to continue to go on out of the mess that's left and build their own thing, and other people that will fall by the wayside. Some people have become more extreme in their politics. There's a lot more kind of race huckster shit now than there was before. I think, you know, Cornbread Tube is a good example of that. Basically, it's kind of like splitting off and everyone's fucking at each other's throats. Everyone hates each other. And then there'll probably be some new fucking format of content that comes out within the next couple of years. I don't know. That's my kind of read on it anyway. Thank you for the 200 bits.
These grifting accusations are insane. If TYT was going to go right, they would have done it in 2019 when they were out of money.
But yeah, I mean, you know, everyone hates each other. And the problem is as well, and you know, all of us, a lot of us at least, are very bullish, very antagonistic, very aggressive. And that's great for like online discourse and scrapping with each other and stuff like that. But this whole kind of disagreement and issue, I think some of it is rooted in the fact that like Anna, and there's a clip we'll look at later, which, you know, maybe paints a different picture of Anna a little bit, but in many ways, Anna is from a kind of different aspect where, you know, civil disagreement is kind of perhaps the way forward rather than this kind of bullish attacking each other and calling each other retarded bitches, you know? So anyway,
it's just weak. It's weak. It's weak. She's debated Ben Shapiro. I just expect more spine. Okay, she's done debates. This isn't like a faffy YouTube video essayist, you know? Oh, I know, Zan. So,
oh God.
In addition to this Twitter kerfuffle, you know, Ana Kasparian, feeling perhaps politically disengaged, wandered and traveled to the Parthenon to meet with great intellectuals where she might find sympathy for her views. She went to the Adam and Sid show. Hi, Zan.
That I was wrong about the Daily Wire thing. Now, I make predictions on the show all the time, and I have never been wrong before. So
That's adult clip, man. He's sucking on a vape. Come on.
People, I've been making jokes about you might end up at the Daily Wire. That's not true?
No. It's funny because, I'm going through something very real.
Nah, these guys are obsessed with me. Oh no, these guys are insane and they're obsessed with me. Yes. My biggest positive memory of these guys is them spending an 8-hour stream talking about me, not having me on during the stream, then inviting me on the nanosecond I ended my stream. Also, I met Adam Friended in person once. That one time I did the in real life meetup with Destiny and Modern Day Debate, and all Adam Friended to do was uncomfortably stare at me while I did setup with Modern Day Debate James. Like I didn't know he was going to be there, and I entered the warehouse room and he was there, and I said hi, and he was like, "Hey," and then that was it. And then I just talked Modern Day Debate.
Yeah, I feel like they're obsessed with me. I mean, you're one of the biggest lefty political content creators. Obviously they're probably going to talk about your takes and stuff like that. I can imagine Adam doing that though. Okay, I'd be happy to hear Adam's side of the story, but Adam is a bit of a sensitive soul. I think I found this out recently. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know what he goes on to say. I want to kind of move on to the next quick video, really. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that there is Adam and Sitch. I mean, Adam tries to claim he's more of a. I do think Adam is more to the right than Sitch is, but I think the idea their show is like some insane right-wing show is kind of crazy, and they definitely do, catch a lot of shit when they criticize the righties too. So they are kind of more of a centrist podcast, I'd say, more than anything else. Anyway, what else have we got? We don't want to dwell on this too much. So have we seen that one? Okay, so anyway, back to the point at hand. I feel like we got a bit distracted. We're taking our eyes off the prize. So the point I'm trying to make and what I'm trying to get across, obviously, is that, Vaush has released over a period of months numerous videos kind of criticizing Ana, which, again, is fine if he wants to do that. Seems like he's got some issues with some of the stuff Ana's done. Again, that's fine. But this narrative that Ana, out of nowhere, has just turned on Vaush and attacked him as part of, as part of a shift to the right or whatever, is just complete nonsense. And Vaush is very clearly and very evidently, taken the gloves off in dealing with Ana over the past few months. So what's this one? Ana Kasparian's shameless fear-mongering. Okay.
While we're on a bit of a TYT hate train, just a little bit of one, I wanted to take a look at something. Somebody emailed me this. Now, I've been an advocate for drug decriminalization for a long time. The basic argument being that if a person is a drug addict, treating it like a criminal issue is a really dumb idea, because addiction will make you do dumb things to get your high, and it just means then you do that and then you go to jail and you don't get medical help, and it's just like a lose-lose. Like, nobody benefits from this, right? Whereas normally, not for everyone, but for a lot of people.
Okay, when is he going to talk about Ana?
You just say...
Anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked. We've spent way too long looking at these videos. So we released another video, Ana Kasparian's shameless fear-mongering, which presumably was about her take on homeless people, I would imagine. But obviously, by all means, watch the video. TYT can't stop moving right. They're out of control.
What is this?
HuffPost delves into the many struggles facing Justice Democrats, the progressive group that...
So... And then there's this one here. Ana Kasparian isn't moving right. Ben Burgess post cringe. So he also was critical of someone that was defending Ana Kasparian too, right? So the basic point I'm trying to make is very simple, okay? The narrative that Ana, out of nowhere, has just turned on Vaush and is attacking him as part of a crusade against the left is not correct. Vaush has definitely got some fucking body blows in himself and has absolutely, criticized and gone after Ana for things that she's said and done over the past few months. And that's further to, them having a kind of amicable relationship previously. There was even one video we saw where they had some disagreement, and they were on stream together in January this year. Totally fine, no problem at all. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing and taking issue with someone. Does seem that, like, the moment that Ana has kind of gone off about trans stuff, which is to say, has made some points he disagreed with, or defended Jesse Singles, someone who he thinks is a transphobe. It seems like that is way too much, you know? So it's like, he can have contentious takes and get defended from Ana when it suits him, but Ana is a contentious take, and it's just, sorry, you spoke out about trans issues, that's it, it's over. That's what it comes across as to me anyway. I wanted to show this clip as well. This is a supercut of some of the things Ana's taken issue with.
And to be honest, I agree with a lot of what Vaush says here. Leftists and progressives have absolutely no idea how
they show
unnecessarily repellent they come off to so many people. And they get angry at the idea of being a more effective social movement because they don't want to share their social spaces with people who might have gone another way.
Ana Kasparian. Kind of being a Karen here, TBH. I guess that kind of is a substitute for woman in some contexts and get a little sexist. I don't care. It's just Anna's really been bothering me, man. I'm not over that. And now she won't talk to me. And that's fine. That's her right. It just makes her a bitch. Anna's being a low IQ child. All of her progressive activism, its sincerity, and frankly, its like intent is being called into question by the sheer fucking retardation of the shit she's saying right now. It's genuinely baffling. I don't have a logical explanation. I don't think it's financial. I think that we're having an honest to God, you know, I'd say it to anyone else and I'm not going to treat her differently, white woman moment. I think we're having a white woman moment. I think we're having to call the police in the park because we see a black person. Minor inconvenience changes your politics. Join the neighborhood watch kind of white woman moment. Soccer mom white woman moment. That's what I think we're having. Like that suburban white woman thing where it's like, you know, she's okay with gays, but like if her son's gay, then it's like, whoa, you know, or like they're okay with black people.
The thing is with this is like, it's just funny. It is funny to say this stuff. Okay, don't get me wrong. One thing I hate about this whole discourse is people are like acting really soy about stuff that's just funny to say. The problem isn't necessarily saying this shit because it's funny or whatever. The problem is having an expectation that someone is going to want to engage with you after you say this about them. Because yeah, obviously, you know, Ana, I don't think is, you know, is into all of these kind of shit talking games in the same way that kind of other people in the space are. So she's probably looking at this and is probably like, oh my God, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? You gotta appreciate that for a lot of people, this kind of level of shit talking is going to be very off-putting, especially more kind of normally aligned kind of aspects. But then on top of that as well, the thing to bear in mind is Vaush is really popping off on Ana here. He clearly thinks that he's got, you know, some level of criticism that's justified in some areas, which is fair enough. But like, you know, this is someone that you've spoken to in a friendly fashion. Like you've been friendly with this. And Ana, when you have been at the bottom of a dog pile about men's issues, you know, they have come out and defended you. So they you know, in Ana's head, like I think that she's kind of putting forward some of the bad points in dealing with this. But, you know, I can absolutely see from Ana's perspective why she is like, you know, hang on a minute. Like, I fucking come out to bat for you. And now you're fucking having a go at me and calling me all this shit on stream. It's kind of crazy, you know? It's going to feel like a bit of a backstab, right?
Black guy home, the daughter, and whoa, what, like that. I don't know. Any explanation I try to attach to this is uncharitable because she's being retarded. You might say this one take is retarded rather than Ana herself, Vaush. Well, people are a sum of the things they believe, you know? You know, like obviously it's fun to say, oh, she's retarded, and it's true. But what I really want is for her to change her mind.
What was that tweet we just showed about being repellent? Like, again, call people retarded. It's fine. It's funny. But of course, if the person you're trying to address, you know, he's talking about Ana Kasparian like she's a fucking righty or something, you know, which obviously he's very fucking anti-righties. Yeah, you're a retard. Change your mind now. You got to accept when you call someone a retard, you are kind of dispersing with you know, a lot of ground that you're going to potentially be able to reach someone, you know?
I just don't think me being nice would do it. Vaush, you're being kind of mean. No,
what is that they say? You catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Like, that is a sentiment we kind of recognize, but no. Just call her a retard a few more times. I'm sure she'll change her mind any day now.
And then Ana, retardedly, says, Like, it's stupid.
It is funny though.
It doesn't mean anything. It's a fake problem. It's Karen shit. It's white woman. It's the white woman problems. This is like classic white woman syndrome, right? Where like everyone's progressive about race issues till their daughter brings home a black guy. Then like, what is this Karen shit? Unironically, like really Karen shit. This is a certified white woman moment.
But the thing is like what she said isn't even that bad. I'm a woman. Please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, birthing person, or person who menstruates. How do people not realize how degrading this is? You can support the transgender community without doing this shit. You guys have got to help me out with this if I'm crazy on this. I feel like this sentiment amongst the progressive left online would have been totally uncontroversial just a year ago. Just a year ago. I feel like this would have been uncontroversial a year ago. But now, oh no, Anna's a transphobe for saying this, even though we all think presumably it's a bit cringe, no?
Vaush being mean to Ana has only made the problem worse. No, it didn't. Never believe that bullshit, okay? When retards start spewing their shit and everyone calls them out in it, and then they lash and they go, well, one of you was mean, so no. Nah, I never believe that. I call 1 million people retarded. Nobody cares. I call one Ana retarded, and you lose your mind.
Okay, but then that's probably because you would normally call someone you sincerely disagree with that you really dislike a retard. And again, I don't have a problem with using the word retard. Go nuts, right? But it's one thing to call someone a retard that probably agrees with you on like 90% of stuff, for one thing, and 95% of stuff. And it's another thing altogether to then, you know, act like it's crazy that that person doesn't want to engage with you anymore.
That's your problem. She does have a history of doing the progressive until it affects her kind of like white woman soccer mom shit. All the drama around Ana Kasparian fades away as long as she shuts the fuck up. I think we've sufficiently demonstrated, as always, that women have no idea what they're talking about.
And to be honest, I agree with a lot of what Vaush says here.
About that later, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, again, it's not, you know, it's funny. It's popping off and it makes me laugh. But if this is someone who you would consider, yeah, it's like you know, Anna's like a proper like political pundit, right? TYT's been around for ages and she's been in the game for a long time. And she is more kind of like, you know, normie kind of aligned, I'd say, than anything else. I think you can tell that by the way she's handled some of this stuff, which I think is kind of cringe. But yeah. Anyway, there's a bit more to look at here. So we got the supercut there. Again, you know, I've got all the different videos here. You can find them. You can see the titles in my video there if you want to watch them. There's like literally fucking, I don't know, probably 4 hours of content there to kind of go over. But I think even without looking at all of the information, all of the videos, I think my assessment is pretty reasonable. I do think there's probably some stuff that Ana has said or done that Vaush has taken issue with, which is fine. But clearly he has like gone pretty hard on her. And I think it's much more realistic to say that kind of Vaush turned on Ana more so than Ana kind of turned on Vaush. And this clip that we looked at earlier, where she kind of pops off on
with
Vaush,
there. All right.
I think that this is like, you know, more indicative of that kind of pressure of Vaush making these videos about her, and eventually he just pops and just fucking goes off on Vaush one day, you know? I don't know if Ana has actually, apart from a few comments here and there, made any kind of meaningful content about Vaush, calling out Vaush for his takes on stuff. It does seem more so that Vaush is calling her out. And now there's a lot of people who, you know, are just pushing this narrative that Anna's just randomly turned on Vaush as part of a crusade against the left. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, we got a little bit more juice here. So obviously you've probably seen this mainly through Twitter. People have been just tearing strips out of each other. It is literally a fucking civil war. It's like a leftist civil war out there. So we've got Thana, who's a Vaush mod. Obviously, me and Thana have had a few issues in the past, let's put it that way. You're garbage, Vaush. I don't respect you, which is why I don't want to talk to you. Ana Kasparian. Meanwhile, who she talks to. Can you agree to disagree? Ben Shapiro versus Ana Kasparian, full debate. What's funny about this is like that clip we watched earlier was Vaush saying to Ana how good it was that they had debated Ben Shapiro. And now apparently, you know, talking to Ben Shapiro is bad, I guess. I don't know what to tell. Like, I don't know what the point of this is. What are they trying to say? Vaush literally said, it's good that you debated Ben Shapiro. I think about this exact debate here he was referring to. And now this is being used as a dunk on Ana because she talks to Ben Shapiro. Yeah, these are both debates. This is a clear debate. Can you agree to disagree? Another debate. So stupid. Anyway, Ana responded, unlike Vaush, Shapiro never once called me retarded or a bitch over disagreements. That's how big boys who don't snort addies during unhinged streams act. Now, this to me is just shit talking. This is internet shit talking. I'm all for this, okay? Vaush opened the floodgates for this by talking shit, and now Ana's talking shit back. So there shouldn't be a single person in Vaush's community that's got a problem with this, because this is fucking internet shit talking now, right? But you know what happened, don't you? It was the, oh, boo-hoo, you're mocking his fucking drugs, blah, blah, blah. Who fucking cares? It's internet shit talking. Get your head out your ass. Vaush has done plenty. Vaush has done fucking plenty of internet shit talking. But now we've got to care about it because Ana's doing it. It's so ridiculous. It's literal cry-bully shit. I don't owe anyone a conversation or debate, but I especially have no interest in antisocial creeps like Vaush. Simple. It's like... And, you know, there's obviously lots of great responses. We don't really have time to go through them all, but this one was really funny. I think this is... Do you have any evidence that Vaush snorts Adderall during his streams, or is that something you made up? I don't know if this is a meme or not. You know, are they genuinely asking this? Are they genuinely asking? Because I thought, is this a 5D kind of like, oh, actually, I'm asking because it's absurd to ask for proof for what is obvious internet shit talking. But I do think the high progressive person is kind of associated with Vaush or used to work for him or something. So, yeah. I don't know. That just kind of made me laugh. The idea that you'd ask for a source on this. Source on this claim? You know, it is just internet shit talking. Anyway, Vaush fired back in admittedly quite a funny tweet, okay? I think Vaush is generally quite good in these situations. Ana is now insinuating I'm a drug addict, presumably because she's so terrified of me that in her mind I'm beginning to take the form of the thing she fears most, a homeless person. Because this is in reference to the fact that she'd talked about like homeless issues before, and it was off the back of her, I think, getting like assaulted by a homeless person or something like that. But yeah, just a bit of classic internet shit talking. So up until this point, you know, yeah, I've got to say that was a pretty funny tweet. I was going to say I'm gonna just decide this based on who's got the funniest tweets, essentially. I think that they got grinded up against her or something like that. She talked about it a little while ago. I think it was on Adam and Sitch's show, actually. But that's a good tweet. You know, that's a good tweet. You got to give credit where credit's due in these situations, okay? And then I've got to be honest with you. I've got to be real with you here, okay? I've got to be real with you. This is where Ana, you know, up until now, I'm like, okay, I can understand where Ana's coming from. I think that, you know, clearly she feels attacked and she's kind of responding to what she feels like bad faith attacks from Vaush, whatever. I feel like she kind of dropped the ball with this one for a number of reasons that we're going to get into, okay? Because then she hit back with this. Oh, wrong thing. Then she hit back with this. And listen, I think everyone in chat knows what this clip is, don't they? Everyone knows already what this clip's going to be. Everyone knows what this clip is. This you, Vaush. Why do you think the LGBT community is cancer? So let's have a little... Everyone knows. Everyone knows what's coming.
Community online, particularly the LGBT community, is cancerous as fuck. If you're not an idiot, you will agree with me on this. If you have any fucking experience with online like LGBT or leftist discourse, you know it's cancerous as fuck. You understand this. People are hyper fragile. There's a ton of mental illness. And you can't convert these people. They're not reasonable. They have to be excised from the left. Unity online.
Now, the first and most obvious problem with Anna using this clip, okay, is that Vaush is correct, by my estimation on this. I think Vaush is on the money. Yes, it's true. Not only that, it's gotten worse than when he said this. It's gotten way worse than when he said this as well. It's only the 30-second clip. It's only the 30-second clip. And, you know, I think she would probably agree with this sentiment if it wasn't worded so edgily. Because I think she probably feels the same way about it. I think she retweeted something to kind of clarify. So we'll look at that in a sec. Yeah, you know, the thing is, I know what she's trying to do. She's trying to show he's a hypocrite. I just think this is an Anna L, to be honest. I think that trying to show, like, oh, look at what you said in this clip, which is an older... I don't know. I just think that she could have done this in a better way, right? I think that, like, pointing out that old Vaush agreed with her, or maybe not agreed with her, because she probably doesn't want to word it in that way. But, you know, Vaush had some very harsh criticisms for the online community. Like, what changed? Because I think this is what a lot of people ask, is like, what changed between this Vaush, which is, I believe, 2019, I think? What changed between this Vaush and 2023 Vaush? Because, you know, this was based. This was hella based. But now we've got, you know, soy nod Vaush. You think it's just money? Vaush is just quoting Carl Reeves from Terminator. Didn't Vaush make fun of Contra's drug addiction? I think what happened was he was going to write a tweet out about it and then decided not to. But he said he was going to do it, but then didn't. So it's like, he basically said it, even though he didn't actually write it out. I mean, obviously, you know, one thing that the kind of woke skull types in Vaush's community are great at is this kind of, oh, what's that? Is this kind of like, you know, they'll spit feathers when someone else does something, but you know, when Vaush does it, it's either justified, funny, or alternatively, he's accounted for it already. You know, I mean, has Vaush ever like come out about this clip and gone explicitly, I was wrong about that, or something like that? If I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure it was more like, you know, that was a bit of a harsh wording, but I was kind of speaking to some truth. Anyway, what was funny about this whole thing is that if you go and look at the replies, everyone's just agreeing with old Vaush. Everyone's like, well, Anna, to be honest, he's kind of got a point here. They are very cancerous, you know? So I think this was kind of a fumble from Anna because she was trying to do this kind of like, oh, look what you said about it, though, this time. And also, you know, he was talking specifically about the online community, so it's a bit disingenuous, the presentation, too. Obviously, Vaush has been quite disingenuous with the presentation of her views, but nonetheless. And yeah, it's just a kind of based clip. In fact, I saw something which kind of sums it up perfectly. Yeah, this was it, look. This cartoon sums it up brilliantly from Cream of Dog. The most base thing ever. You should have made a horse joke, you moron. I mean, yeah. Correct, yes. Why would you share the most base thing you ever said and go, oh, is this you saying this base thing that's true that I would probably agree with about trans issues? Anyway, to be fair, Anna tweeted someone. I've got to say, this little interaction here was quite funny. This you, Vaush, why do you think the LGBT community is cancer? So Anna tweeted this response here, which I guess clarifies her position. Context is everything, Anna. He is referring to leftist discourse and online spaces. You actually agreed with this sentiment. That's kind of Anna's point. Vaush oftentimes says way worse things than Anna ever did about the online trans community when he's their target of criticism. And yet he joins them and engages in similar bad faith attacks just to siphon off some of those disaffected TYT audience. See, I don't even know if Vaush is that cynical to kind of do this. I don't know if this is the reason. I don't think he's thinking consciously of like, oh, I need to siphon off TYT audience. It's probably more just like he's got a signal to his existing audience that he's against the vicious transphobe Ana Kasparian. President Sunday tries to get some licks into this guy. Kratos has spoken. I hope you have enjoyed the most relevance you'll experience in your life. Unlike you, I don't need relevance here, and this isn't a dig because I have a life outside of Twitter and a job. I know this is a space for you to network and cultivating content, but for me, it was just an innocuous conversation. That's why I engage with you from time to time. This Kratos has spoken guy is based. I like this guy. I like Kratos has spoken. Look, I'll give him a little follow back for being based in the replies. Anyway, I think that's largely it on this. Except for Vaush's response, which we'll watch now. I just wanted to kind of put out there, I guess. One, because it's content. Content is the name of the game, okay? But secondly, it's like, I just, you know, even if you think that Ana Kasparian has done some wrong stuff along the line, even if you think that she did defend Jesse Singal as a transphobe, even if you do think she's you know, transphobic herself and says transphobic things, this idea that she's out of nowhere just kind of pivoted and attacked Vaush is just totally delusional. Maybe we'll watch this surfs video too. Get a bit of surfs in there. But before that, let's look at Vaush's response to all this.
With no lead up, Ana Kasparian is so mad, it's unbelievable. It's actually one of the maddest I've ever seen a person be about me. Okay, so Thana, respected mod, site mod, yeah. Thana posted this, essentially saying, you know, Ana Kasparian won't talk to Vaush. Okay, so to be clear, by the way, I'm not incessantly challenging Ana Kasparian to a debate. She's too cowardly to talk to me. She never will. I know that. I'm not, like, I know it would be pointless to go on and on about it, but she's really insecure about the fact that she won't debate me. So anyway, Thana...
God, one of the most cancerous things about online discourse is this, you know, attributing this kind of mentality to other people. Oh, she's just insecure. No, she doesn't want to. It's like so simple. She's seen that you have made numerous videos about her. You've called her a retarded bitch. And she's like, I stood up for you a few months ago, you know, at the start of the year. And now you're doing this. I don't want to talk to you. It's really that simple. I don't think there's any sort of like other shit going on. It's just very simple. We used to be friendly, and I've even defended you when you got dogpiled. When I was getting dogpiled, you joined in, and then you continued to criticize me further, quite harshly, calling me a bitch and a retard, so I don't want to talk to you. What's this insecurity shit about?
Post like, well, she's willing to talk to Ben Shapiro. And Kasparian responded with this. And if this doesn't make it into a copy pasta, okay, then I'm genuinely disappointed with you people, because look at this. Unlike Vaush, Shapiro never once called me retarded or a bitch over disagreements. That's how big boys who don't snort addies during unhinged streams act. I don't know anyone in conversation or debate, but I especially have no interest in antisocial creeps like Vaush. Simple. And it's so good on so many because she's like cycling through every insult she can think of, right? And okay,
wait! How has Vaush got a leg to stand on to say that? You've done the same thing with her. You've cycled through all the insults with her as well. What on earth? It's like people don't recognize their own actions. It's like people have got no awareness of the things that they've done. You know? It's crazy. Like he literally started this. Like, you know, this is like you fucking see two kids fighting and you're like, right, who started it? It's pretty evident that Vaush started this with the insults and shit first, and she's just firing back.
Because I tweeted this, but I think Ana Kasparian is so afraid of me that I'm in her mind, I'm morphing into the thing she despises and fears the most, a homeless person. So she has to insinuate I'm a drug addict. So, like, my 10 milligram Adderall prescription, which is like the lowest dose you give adults, and she's like, this druggie, this, if I was in Santa Monica, he would be curled up in an alleyway. I have to, like, it's just so much projection, you know? It's really, 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 really good. And then somebody said, lol, all somebody has to do is stroke your ego and you'll work for them. That's what you're saying. And Ana Kasparian says that's right, which I feel should be completely disqualifying for like any legitimacy as a commentator. Like, she's just openly admitting, like, this is literally the Carolyn Borisenko thing, where I was a devout liberal, but then I went to a Trump rally and the Trumpers were nice to me, and it was different from the time the left.
It's so funny how we've got this now comparison to this other Carolyn Borisenko person, where I don't even think that Anna is saying anything close to what that Borisenko person said, right?
These were mean to me, so now I'm on the right. The funny thing is, in terms of behavior, she's actually acting closest to Dave Rubin right now. I don't know if you guys remember it, because a lot of Dave Rubin's career arc was before I took off as a streamer.
Yeah, obviously Dave Rubin's bad, so call it Dave Rubin. Everyone thinks of Dave Rubin.
But Dave Rubin's whole thing was, hey, I'm a liberal who just wants to have conversations across the aisle. And then it was, man, the left sure doesn't like it when I have like Nazis and white nationalists on. They're so mean to me. But these white nationalists are nice to me, so I'm going to have them on. And then it was, why is the left so rude to me when I have conversations with the far right? You know, and then like, this is why I'm leaving the left. Dave Rubin was the poster child for the joke of why I'm leaving the left. He's the guy, like he's the person from whom like the template of that joke is. You know? So she's just doing that now. She's literally just saying, like, well, if you're nice to me and you stroke my ego, then, like, I'll talk to you and we're good. And not if not. Have you tried calling her a bitch nicely? I feel like I've called her that.
Yeah, I mean, that tweet seemed more like doubling down. I mean, the idea that Anna's only going to speak to people that stroke her ego, I mean, maybe that's true, I guess. But it just sounded like a kind of, you know, doubling down of, yeah, that's exactly what it is. But, you know, I don't think the point she's making is you need to like there's, it's like, it's not about being nice to her. It's about not going ballistic, making a bunch of videos calling her a retarded bitch when you have a disagreement about one issue or a couple of issues, maybe. Like, that's what it is. That's what she's really saying, you know? And the thing is Vaush, as we saw at the start of this, previously has had a disagreement with Anna over crime stuff, and he's been able to, you know, elaborate that very simply in a very calm manner, you know, not calling her a bitch, not calling her a retard.
With like a range of tones, so probably, yeah. Check this out from half an hour ago. Yeah, so in the ongoing effort to throw darts at a board, in response to me making fun of her in the fashion that I just repeated here, Anna's now insinuating I'm a drug addict, presumably because she's so terrified of me that in her mind I begin to take a form of thing she fears.
That was a good tweet, to be fair.
Her response was, "Hey Vaush, this you?" No, I don't know what clip is this. I don't know what this is. Who is this? I have no idea.
Well, the thing is, the reason he's loving this is because, yeah, this is good for business, isn't it? At the end of the day, this is great for him. I mean, fair enough. Like, you know, you get a big figure coming at you, you can fucking go and stream about it and talk about it. Yeah, we've all fucking done this, right? But I just hate the fact that we're kind of acting like Anna. You know, she's having a meltdown when, yeah, this is kind of an L tweet, I'd say. I don't really like the way she framed this, and it was a base take from Vaush originally. But it's like, no, like, obviously, if you're friendly with someone and you defend them when they're getting dogpiled, and then within the course of like half a year, they're like harshly calling you out, criticizing you, calling you a retarded bitch because you've got some trans takes that are disagreeable to you, obviously you're going to be annoyed about that. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious, no? But we're acting like Anna's acting totally irrational and crazy when it makes perfect sense as to why she's being like this about it.
Ooh, what a handsome chap. You know, I think he'd look great if he lost like 60, 70, 80, 90 pounds. I think he'd look great. And maybe if he changed up the hair a little bit. I don't know who this is, by the way. Isn't this from that Nazi guy? Yes, this is the clip cut together by the Nazi I hypocrite, where he took my based and red-pilled Thought Slime Meltdown stream and made it into a based in red. We just listen to it. It's not exactly a secret.
Particularly the LGBT community is cancerous as.
That's true. That's all you need to hear. This is unironically the same shit the New York Times plus Twitter did to Cenk when he ran for office. Anna's become what she hates the most. So, okay.
The problem is, though, if he's saying that's true, it, like, you kind of agree with Anna on that point, right? Like, you do agree broadly that there's issues with the online community, the online LGBT community. But for some reason, Vaush feels it necessary to, like, go insanely nuclear on Anna when she's just expressing sentiments which I'm pretty sure he would have agreed with just a year ago. I don't think Vaush from a year ago would have been on the train of like, oh yeah, actually over it. He probably would have said like, yeah, people overstate it a bit, but this kind of woke language is a bit cringe, or maybe not those terms. But do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he would have said something like that. So it seems so crazy that now he's gone so hard on Anna for originally her take about the birthing person thing.
I don't normally like to do this because it's not falsifiable, and I could say it about literally anything. But as is probably pretty obvious, I have a lot of connections to everyone. A lot of people won't talk to me publicly, but in private they'll talk to me. That's fine. I'm okay with this arrangement. I know that I'm the source of a lot of drama. That's fine. But I know a lot, and of all the organizations and groups that I've ever been even slightly affiliated with, the Young Turks is an organization that has so many holes in it. In terms of information, like there's no comparison, So many people have worked with them that have grievances or who want to talk or share their stories or whatever. And I can just say with absolute and unyielding confidence that from my behind the scenes knowledge in Ana Kasparian, there is an explainer for why she's acting this way. She's really fucking mad. I'm sorry, that's actually it. There's no secret narrative. She's actually like mad, like seething, steam coming out of the ear.
Yes, this is honestly one of the most infuriating things about online discourse is someone does something which is going to be infuriating. What Vaush has done to Anna is going to be infuriating to Anna, right? Anna gets mad and then Vaush goes, oh, Anna's so mad about this. Yeah, because you've done something that is absolutely infuriating in your actions over the past, 8 months. Like if I was in Anna's position, I'd be fucking angry too, because you're looking at someone that you feel you've defended. When you're getting dogpiled, they're defending you only for you to turn around within a couple of months and start this kind of, arc of harsh criticism against them, calling them a retarded bitch. Like, yeah, of course she's going to be angry about that. And obviously his audience laps it up. I don't know. Are they fucking goldfish? Have they forgotten that these two have had friendly interactions before? It's just wild to me that people seemingly have forgot that watch Vaush, that they had friendly interactions previously.
Ears like at the water cooler with the coffee cup, being like that fucking guy, like that, like mad, and that's it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's not grifting or being deliberately disingenuous or that there's not a financial, like, sure, ghastly politics keeps up, sure, but she's proper mad, and it's really, really funny. And this is all her fault, of course. She decided to be retarded. I didn't force that on her. She inhaled.
This is all her fault. Oh my god, this is insane. No wonder people are going around saying that this is like Anna's doing.
Gas. She drank from the lead pipe. It's not my fault. I didn't make her do that. She's being a giant bitch now. She's being a pussy. She's being a beta. Huge beta. I could beat her in a debate. I could beat her in arm wrestling. I could beat her in jiu-jitsu. I've never done jiu-jitsu. Could I beat Ana Kasparian in jiu-jitsu? The answer is yes. So her cowardice is maybe warranted, but nonetheless deserving of mockery. I feel like
I could also physically beat the shit out of her too.
Cheers, Chud.
Holy fuck, man! His audience are lapping this up as well. This is also unnecessary. No wonder the righties are fucking rubbing their hands together over this. The fucking infighting is out of control, man.
I'm really gonna drag this out, because she doesn't have the self-control to not talk about me. She's too upsetty spaghetti, right? And
by the way, I just want to point out, I think that Anna mentioned Vaush a couple of times. But that first video I showed you was from the 23rd of March, 2023. And since then, there's like numerous videos he's made where he's like criticized Anna. And now he's there going like, oh, Anna can't stop talking about me. Dude, you've talked about Anna loads over the past few months. What fucking planet are you on? Have you forgotten those segments that you did?
I don't necessarily hate her. I think what she's doing is really harmful, but I think my feelings are closer to contempt than hatred. I think those are meaningfully different emotions. I don't think those are the same. I just think it's kind of pathetic, this whole thing. But I guess, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, has there ever been a pivot this hard, this quickly? I actually mean that. Keep in mind that TYT is not a YouTube channel. They're a full-on political organization. They had a hand in the Justice Democrats. Now, while I was made aware of this tweet, I was still laying in bed. I was right next to Artemy. He was flopped next to me. He was purring loudly. I was the happiest guy on earth. You know, I'm on cloud 9. He's a fat baby. I'm doing great. And I'm scrolling through the tweet thread, and with almost complete uniformity, every reply agreeing with her was a conservative, and every reply disagreeing with her was left-leaning. The support that she's getting for these...
By the way, I don't even think that that's true. I think I've seen a lot of left-leaning people agreeing with Anna. But secondly, I'm fairly certain that Vaush is like Vaush has called for some pretty, you know, like he's got some pretty crazy takes when it comes to conservatives. Is it really that surprising that a conservative is going to see Vaush and Ana Kasparian fighting, especially with, you know, some of Anna's recent takes, which aren't even really that conservative? And they're going to go, oh, I'm going to side with Anna on this one. And also, the other thing as well, maybe he'll mention this, or I don't know if this is before this happened. When she put that clip out, at that point, everyone was going how based Vaush was because they thought his rant was so good. But yeah, I don't know if this is particularly scientific.
These tweets is almost entirely from the right. Seriously, I scrolled through on my phone. Now, keep in mind that a lot of people have me blocked, so I don't have a perfect representative sample of the people here. But the pivot that has happened has been so severe and so whiplash-inducing that it has shifted into, like, full-on, just pure blue. The top reply that I found that agreed with her, I don't know if it actually is the top reply. You know how Twitter is. It's a mess. It had like 1,000 likes or whatever. Was a Nazi. The next image I saw in their media post was them saying that you have to vote for Trump because DeSantis is cucked by the Jews. Funny, because I remember Nazis saying that of Trump back when he was president. And that the black guy who's running in the Republican candidacy, he said something like in the comic, he said slavery was bad, and he was drawn looking dumb with big lips, and was with W-U-Z, and that's because he said that Ron DeSantis was bad to say slavery could have benefits. And that was their post, and that guy was agreeing with Ana Kasparian. And it was like that the whole way through. Have any of you?
Honestly, that's got to be the most fucking retarded guilt by association shit going, right? Oh, someone replied to you and they agree with you and they're on your side, but they're a Nazi. Getting one guide off someone on Twitter.
Who looked at the replies to that tweet? Can you confirm what I'm saying? The reason why I'm saying this is because, like, I feel that Ana Kasparian has only made my point. My point...
Maui's burning, lives are lost, this is a distraction. Okay, if Maui's burning and it's so important, why are you in a fucking Twitch chat? Get out there and do something about it. People are burning, man. Come on. Get off fucking Twitch now and go and do something. What are you doing? Get a bucket and get over there before the people burn to a crisp.
It was that, like, because the lie that she and Cenk want you to believe is that their positions have been consistent, and it's just the...
I don't have a platform. Okay, so you want to come in, okay, and talk to me about how I should use my platform that I've built over a period of time, doing the things that I want to do, that have worked for me, and you want to get me to do stuff that's the opposite to what I've done in order to promote some cause I don't give two fucks about. Yeah, good one. Okay? Fuck off. Don't care. Maui can burn to a cinder for as far as I'm fucking concerned.
Left who are freaking out and getting riled up over nothing. When in reality, in addition to the fact that you can find clips from just a year ago which explicitly disagree with all the shit they're doing and saying right now, the fact that the right have suddenly cozied up to them to that extent is a pretty clear indicator that something about their messaging has shifted, not just our messaging. Like, I attack the left for disagreements that I have with them all the time. But when I say shit about, say, for example, Jesse Gender, are my replies suddenly filled with legions of Nazis and blue check marks? No. Because for some reason, when I, a left-leaning person, argue with other left-leaning people, it doesn't translate into conservatives supporting me. But for some reason, there's something...
Okay, here's the problem, though, with that argument, is that this doesn't prove anything in any case, regardless of who's in your fucking Twitter replies. But the Jesse Gender disagreements are very insular, lefty disagreements, right? I doubt people on the right even fucking know who Jesse Gender is, beyond looking at a picture of them and going, oh, it's another trans person or something, right? It's a very insular conversation that the right generally aren't going to be privy to. Whereas disagreements with Ana Kasparian, you know, Ana Kasparian is like a big anchor on, you know, big pundit on the biggest progressive news network going, who has had a very public kind of reckoning with some of the issues they've got with the progressive movement that conservatives have paid attention to. So yeah, obviously she's going to get more attention from conservatives than fucking Jesse Gender, you know. People ask conservatives who's Ana Kasparian, they're going to be like, TYT political pundit. If you ask who Jesse Gender is, they're going to be like, what? Who's that? No fucking clue.
About what Ana Kasparian is doing that is attracting near uniform adulation from the right. I couldn't really say. Anyway, I just think it's funny how mad she is. I think it's great. I like it when bad people are mad. I think that's good, morally. Shu has your back. I need to.
No, I don't think Shu does have your back at all. I think Shu said that the clip that Vaush said is based. Beyond that, though, I mean, I don't know what Shu's take on it is exactly, but yeah, I just think she thought the clip of Vaush saying that stuff about LGBT online community was based. I think that from what, well, I don't know for sure. I think a lot of people are looking at this and it's just like, oh, we go, the left eating the left again. The fucking Ouroboros of lefty discourse once again.
Hold the shoe market here by saying incredibly problematic populist stuff now and again so that she'll defend me for that at least. Like the critical right, so I have to be like principled in my advocacy like 99 times out of 100, and then every 100th time I'm like, nah, and I just have like a meltdown, and then like, you know, then I can get the support. This is called coalition building. Okay, thank you. Unironically, though, I have done a video where I go over the content of the Thoughts Line Meltdown stream, the entire thing, and genuinely, it's not actually that bad. There are a couple of things that are mostly just, like, set out of anger, but the overall point of the rant is true. It's basically just about how woke scolds are incredibly divisive and self-abusive in the online left community.
It's funny to me, because I've seen people arguing that Vaush has, like, taken accountability for that stream. But it's quite clear that he still agrees with what he said, he just thinks he said it too mean. And correct, yes. Pretty much everything Vaush said in that stream was bang on the money. He had some very fucking astute, decent observations about the online community, and it's only gotten worse. You know, if anything, you know, a lot of Vaush's community need to watch that video and take some fucking notes, because they're some of the most fucking insufferable people for that kind of thing online. You know, people like, what's that Chase's name? That fucking guy. People like that. You know, they're fucking insane.
Which is, yeah, that's true. Certainly stand by that. Yeah, also, I'm a part of the LGBT community, okay? Last time I checked, whiny, pearl-clutching white women were not one of the letters in that alphabet soup acronym. So I don't think Ana Kasparian... Stay out of our fights, Ana. Get out of here. Get out of here, you. Vaush, is it my imagination, or did the influence of woke scolds wane over time? A lot of them turned into, tank...
Vaush fans! A lot of them turned into Vaush fans!
Keys. Like, a lot of it shifted. Like, the tender, queer, ultra-sensitive stuff, like, a lot of that shifted, and a lot of them have kind of gone into, like, ultra-doomer, third-worldist politics as a coping mechanism. I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that drop shadow. I think Ana is watching today. She's retweeting stuff like this. What is she retweeting?
The thing is with, like, Vaush's community that are, like, the woke scold types is they feel that their form of woke scold is justified. Therefore, they don't see themselves as a woke scold. But when, like, Soul Bunny, for example, comes along with a fucking admittedly dog shit race politics I don't agree with. I've criticised it myself.
I miss the old Vaush, the trans phone, Vaush, ultra sexist Vaush.
Thank you for the sub.
Vaush, grifty trans Vaush.
You know, so for example, them woke scolding Ana over some of her takes on trans issues, they don't see it as woke scolding. They just see it as, no, we're right about this. You know, you're being a conservative, you're being reactionary, you know? But when Soul Bunny comes along with shitty takes about race, all of a sudden, they're the woke scolds because they're the ones that are wrong and they're wrong and they're correct, if you see what I mean.
Oh, no. When you get to the point where you're, like, retweeting people agreeing with you over shit like this, it's too far gone. Do you think that what I'm doing right now technically constitutes, like, material harm because I'm raising her blood pressure to, like, dangerous levels? She retweeted this. I thought that was a joke. That's kind of Ana's point. Vaush oftentimes says way worse things than Ana ever did about the online trans community when he's their target criticism, yet he joins them and engages in similar bad discourse and bad faith attacks just to siphon off some of those disaffected. Oh, no! Does she actually believe that I'm only disingenuously attacked? Like, I supported her for years, and then she had a bad take everyone on the left criticized, and then only doing this in some Machiavellian effort to siphon off disaffect. You know what? Yes, I am. Hello, former TYT audience. Have you noticed the host?
Yeah, that's the thing is I genuinely don't think that Vaush is doing it because he's trying to get TYT audience members. You know, I just think he's keen to signal to his audience that, oh yeah, Anna's saying transphobic stuff. I'm against that. That's real bad, actually.
hosts of your previous favorite program have gone completely bananas. Hi, we're a bit further left over here, but as it turns out, being further left will insulate you from the particular kinds of brain damage they're suffering from. This like white woman pearl clutching liberal civility politics nonsense, that's really not that common on the proper left. So hey, what's up, people? Yeah, boy, hop on the grind. Just always got a mind for business. What can I say? New channel trailer. Oh, how funny would that be? As the channel trailer. Hey, what's up, everybody? Are you disappointed with the behavior of Vaush and Ana Kasparian, your favorite TYT host? Have you know
the fact, like, look, I get it, right? It's fun. When someone comes for you, you get to make content out of it, and that feels good, right? It's a good feeling to be able to come into the office for the day, so to speak, and you go, right. And I'm pretty sure Vaush had, like, insane viewership for this. When I looked, I think he had, like, 10K views or something like that. So clearly he's, like, you know, getting something benefit out of this, right? But it's so frustrating to me because it's like, it just comes across like, is this what you wanted? Did you want this whole to blow up like this? And is this why you were fucking making these videos about her? I don't know. It's just crazy how, you know, he has been kind of poking at her and poking at her and poking at her for months. And she responds and, you know, he blows up into this massive drama.
Notice that lately they've been shifting to the right. It feels like there's no reason for it. Folks, do I have the solution to you? Move from liberalism over to socialism. Come try socialism, folks. We don't have civility politics over here, okay? Socialists, they hate civility politics. Go check out a liberal shit poster on Twitter, and what do you get? You have people making Donald Trump jokes. You know, check out a socialist shit poster, and you can't. They've been suspended for death threats, okay? We love our comedy here, folks. So what I'm saying is, give me money. Give me money. I want as much money as TYT, more even. I want all of your money. Give me your money. Here we go. Did the average TYT viewer even know about Vaush before the fallout? I'm not sure. TYT is a huge network. I know a lot of their stuff is on Facebook as well, and I have no reach in that market. I wonder. This could be very good for me. I want to be clear, by the way. A mind for business I may have. Honestly, not really. I'm nowhere near as good at business stuff as Destiny or Hassan are, I think. Well, half a mind for business I might have. But keep in mind that nothing that I'm doing here, none of this beef with Ana Kasparian. First of all, you'll notice this keeps getting instigated by her, okay? Not me. Second of all...
Okay, this is... Hopefully at this point, you can see the point I've made here, that this narrative that Ana has instigated this is just completely false. It is just not true at all. You know, it's a complete lie. It's a complete lie. Like, you've got the videos are there. You can go back and look on Vaush's channel and see the numerous videos that he's made. Admittedly, initially, he was a bit more reasonable in saying, oh, well, it doesn't mean she erases everything good she's ever done, but you've got a problem with this take, to, you know, ever escalating kind of antagonistic videos about her, you know?
You know, this isn't born like purely out of drama or grift or whatever. I'm right. I mean, if she would just man up and come on, we could have a civil conversation. She never will, of course. I'm unbeatable in conversation. She would crumble instantly, dissolve into dust, liquefy, and fertilize the earth. So that won't happen. But, you know, this isn't born purely out of... I would talk to her off stream. It's not all about the
thing is, because, you know, going in to do this segment, I was like, okay, well, let's have a little look, because I remembered a few details of, like, basically they'd been friendly, and then Vaush had, like, kind of criticized her for stuff. But then when I looked at it, I was like, this is crazy. Like, they were, like, pretty friendly. They were, like, on pretty good terms. They had a couple of conversations together, you know, and he was, you know, kind of brought onto TYT. Bear in mind, Ana brought Vaush onto TYT. And the thing is, that doesn't mean that you're beholden to defend that person for the rest of time. It just seems crazy that for what little it is that Ana's said, that Vaush has gone so hard on her, bearing that in mind, you know?
Drama and content. She wouldn't do that either. So it's not totally unproductive drama. I think I can safely say, and hopefully I speak for the people watching right now, that TYT has probably served its purpose. I don't think you can trust any kind of news or political advocacy organization where one half of the main presenters are flippantly doing the, like, I'm politically homeless, I'm leaving the left, Dave Rubin, I'll be nice to the right if they're nice to me, but if somebody on the left calls me a retard while I'm saying retarded shit, then I'm not going to... Like, this is not an organization that you can trust. So, not that I can...
Even that is downplaying it. Even that is downplaying it, because and this is why I think Ana's maybe not made the best case for herself, because I'm 99% sure that it isn't just getting called a retard that she's got a problem with, right? I'm pretty sure that it's the fact that they had a friendly relationship and she defended him for a dog pile, you know, only now for Vaush to turn on her so hard. You know, I think she needs to kind of do more to get that point across, right? Because I don't think it's just about getting called a retarded bitch, right? That's part of it, certainly. But clearly she feels like her nose has been put out of joint pretty clearly to me because of the kind of series of events that's happened, you know?
Single-handedly take down TYT. But if they're going to take themselves down, I'm happy to encourage people in better political directions from the sidelines, like towards, say, libertarian socialism. Folks, have you heard of this great ideology called socialism? The first thing you have to know about it is that it's never been tried. People will say, hey, did you hear about...
This is the one thing that I've, you know, just find really distasteful about the lefty stuff is it's also like, oh, we're going to bring you over to our side. Do you see what I mean? I hate this kind of like, come over to our side now, you know? And the other thing to bear in mind with a lot of this stuff is it's all just content at the end of the day. Like, none of this is really... People will forget about this in a week. It's all just content. But there's this kind of broad political narrative that's being painted underneath it. Oh, come to our side and we'll show you the true ways of how to be a lefty, you know?
These things socialist? And no, they didn't. Because it's never been tried. But we'll try it. And it'll all go right this time.
Yeah, exactly. Our side, where you'll be cannibalized at the drop of a hat if you step out of line. Very tempting. Hey, if you have like a fairly unobjectionable perspective on inclusive language, you know, that most people would probably agree with, if you state that publicly, we will fucking destroy you. Welcome to leftism.
Just you watch. Ana is mauling in her likes, calling you a racist, disgusting grifter fraud. True. Oh no. Liking Adam friended. Vaush behaves like a misogynist all the time. I respect Ana so much. More Adam friended. The Giga Stacy me. No, Ana! You can't like it when other people say you're Giga Chad. That comes across as self-masturbatory. You can't. No, you have to just let other people do that.
Sorry, you're doing a fucking segment about how based and Giga Chad you are for fucking your fight with Ana. And you're calling her self-masturbatory. Yeah, doing a stream segment where you talk about all the great shit you've done is also self-masturbatory. Yes, welcome to fucking content creation. We're all self-masturbators, okay? Yes, that's how it works.
You're supposed to like people who are praising you in a kind of like half-hearted or self-aggrandizing way, not just people who are sucking you off. The fact this clip wasn't the end for him tells him everything you need to know about it. This is like my second day of streaming.
Oh, that's
all these communities that are accuse Ana of transphobia are actually the biggest threat to LGBT people. Thank you, Christina Hart. Socially liberal economic.
So it's kind of an L on Vaush to go into the liked tweets. I think that is very cringe. I'm not really down with that strategy. But Ana is liking some cringe tweets here, I gotta say.
Economically libertarian, thank you. He's a disgusting, racist, grifter fraud.
Yeah, it's like looking through the waste paper basket for the best things or something like that. I don't know. But there is some stuff here that's being like this cringe. Certainly.
Thank you, first name bunch of numbers. We know she's mad, and it is embarrassing, and she is acting like a child, and she is... Folks, have I ever been misogynist once in my life? No. But I have to say, her behavior is proving the misogynist right. I just don't like ammunition being given to them in that way. So, frankly, I hope she calms down. What wall did she lick to cause this? I have no idea. Dave Rubin looks more stable. Nah, Dave Rubin has had some pretty big meltdowns. You didn't see the Ian Miles Chong base Oh, did Ian Miles Chong reply saying base to her tweet? Yeah, he has me blocked, so I wouldn't... Gotcha. Fantastic. Vaush, why does all this hurt you so much? Aren't you used to this? Nice try at the bait. This doesn't hurt me. In fact, from a purely, like, channel-oriented financial exposure thing or whatever, this is purely to my benefit. It's actually really bad.
It just sounds so shameless when he says that. You know, I don't think that there's enough proof of this, but, you know, I can certainly understand why someone might look at this situation and think this is all an effort to boost his channel, you know? Because, yeah, this is very good for him. It is absolutely good when a big person kind of comes for you, you know? Yeah, it kind of comes... It's like he's kind of proving the guy's tweet right when he says stuff like that.
Bad for her to keep giving me this kind of attention. It doesn't hurt me in any way. I don't have a fragile ego, so I'm like not personally wounded. It's good for the channel. She doesn't have to do this. She keeps initiating. I don't know why. It doesn't make her look good to anyone but...
She keeps initiating. Like, this is such a lie. This is not true that she keeps initiating at all.
Conservatives, which I guess is the audience she's trying to court. I mean, I do find it very disappointing, obviously, because I would rather TYT be like a good organization that advocates for progressive issues, even if they didn't have me on. Notice how I haven't been on TYT in my whole time on stream or whatever. Like, I didn't benefit from the existence of TYT.
Wait, what?
As organization that advocates for progressive issues, even if they didn't have me on. Notice how I haven't been on TYT in my whole time on stream or whatever. Like, I didn't benefit.
I haven't been on TYT my whole time on stream. This is just not true. He's just literally not telling the truth. Here's him on TYT.
Recently, there solutions could be.
This is one of the reasons I think that Anna's so mad, is because she bought him on TYT. He just means before. Before what?
Fit from the existence of TYT as a progressive organization, but I am currently benefiting from it in its downfall, which is an indication then, I think, that the fact that I would rather they not do this is, you know...
He just means before we went on. Okay.
Suggests a degree of you know, principled behavior on my part, but I mean, as long as they're going to act this way, right? You went once. Was that on TYT, or did I just talk with Ana Kasparian? Did I go on TYT?
Always.
No, I think I just... Yes, I did. Did I do that off stream?
Okay.
Like I wasn't on stream, I recorded it off stream? Oh, hold on, my Vaush joins TYT to discuss why young men feel alien.
Wait, I'm getting confused.
I remember this. Okay, all right.
Right. Okay, so hang on a minute. That doesn't fucking... Wait. That doesn't at all fucking clear him, right? So he is not thinking about the time he's been on. He's not recognizing that. It's up to his audience to tell him that he was on. Yeah, that's still pretty scuzzy on Vaush's part, no?
All right, so I went on one time, sorry. Oh, man, I remember, because I remember looking like shit during this. That's because I didn't have my heavy thread cream t-shirt, the one that I'm wearing right now. A lot of people, when they do their Zoom calls, like, they look directly into the camera, but I always look to the side like this, because it's just what I'm used to. So that comes off as, like, evasive to a lot of people. Anna came on your show. Yeah, but when Anna came on my show, that was just Anna. That wasn't TYT. This was TYT. Well, I'm happy they gave me the platform here. You look the same as you do now. What's wrong with this? I don't look exactly the same.
I love the fact that he's, like, focused on his appearance. It's like, dude, this video... If it was, I would be ashamed looking at this if I was Vaush. I'd be sat here like, oh God, yeah, fuck. Anna brought me on when I was fighting with the feminists over my men's takes and was quite kind to me. And I've just spent the last few months shitting on her because she had a bad take about trans issues from my perspective. But no, we're just going to talk about his appearance. Maybe I'm pause Andying, we'll see.
My hair's different. Also, why is my mustache so thick here? I feel like I have a walrus mustache here. I don't know. There's something off. Oh, I didn't have the back set up. You still have big mustache? But it's not as thick, see? I trim up further.
Is it just me? Or it comes across to me. It comes across to me like he's doing that to avoid having to contend with like what I've just said. That represents just the level of snakiness that Vaush is engaged in this whole situation, right? I don't know. Why is he talking so much about his appearance? Engage with the fucking content of what you went on there to talk about, which is you were getting dogpiled, presumably, I don't know for sure, I guess you were, over your take about men's issues. You know, Anna was kind to you. And then a couple of months later, she had a bad trans take. And from there, subsequently, you've gotten more and more vicious in your criticisms of her in numerous videos. Like, I don't know.
Now. Anna blocked Keffels. I imagine she's going to block quite a few people. Camera angle is different too. That's true. That's true. I might change the camera angle more as well. Yeah. Can I have a rundown? What is Anna mad about, Vaush? Anna's mad that I'm taller than her. Basically, she's a woman lit, and I
wonder if, like, if you could isolate, like, the appearance and stuff. If you could just sit Vaush down and go, right, Vaush, forget the cameras, forget the broadcast, and no one's watching, just you and I. Why is Anna mad at you, do you think? What is your best faith explanation as to why Anna is mad? Would he have the level of self-reflection to go, well, it's probably because she was kind to me when I was getting dogpiled and I didn't really return the favor. And it's seemingly the first opportunity I just fucking laid into her over the trans stuff. And I called her a retarded bitch repeatedly over a period of months. Like, would he have the self-reflection to recognize that? Because I feel like, you know, in this industry, you fall out with people, you fight, you scrap and stuff like that, you know? And in the moment, it might not, you know, you want to fight your corner, so you're not necessarily going to concede or whatever. But like, over time, you would look back, surely, and you would go, maybe in the future he might do this, who knows? I mean, I'm only being a bit generous to Vaush there. But you would think at some point, you'd look back and you go, yeah, I was a bit of a fucker there, really, to be honest with you. You know? I probably could have done so. I probably could have handled it better, right? I probably could have handled it differently. But yeah, it's just to me, and listen, that's obviously my interpretation of the matters. Anna has said, something a bit different. I think that she's kind of, not really painting the best picture of the story to show why she's so mad. Seems pretty clear to me that's what it is. Obviously, make your own minds up as well. I just think, regardless of anything, it's crazy to try and argue that this is happening because Anna is just turned on Vaush and Anna is the instigator. That's crazy.
Mog her effortlessly, even when she's in heels, and it just upsets her. Vaush, I don't see the point in continuing to engage in this drama. There's no meaningful political engagement here, and Anna's deeply unfunny, so what's the point? That's a good question, but first of all, keep in mind, I'm just responding to her behavior, so it's not like I initiate. Second of all, I think
it's just so insane to me that you could just sit there and just say that, when it's just, that's not true at all. How can you possibly argue that she started this when you are the one who initiated, yes, she had a take. That was the fucking instigator. But the way that you handled it was to, first of all, criticize her. And if you didn't like the take, that's fine. But then you made repeated videos attacking her, getting more and more fucking aggressive and vitriolic over a period of time. That to me is you instigating this. Seems pretty clear that fucking Anna's looked at this and gone, oh my God, what the fuck? And has got asked a question about it on stream and it's just popped off about it,
It's funny that she's mad. That's very important to me. And third of all, legitimately, if TYT as an organization is...
Woodpecker. That's his job. That's his job. Are you a fucking Vaush retard defender or something, right? Yes, it's his job to make commentary on people, okay? It's his job to make commentary on people. Correct and true. But there's a video that I showed earlier where he had a disagreement with Anna about something and was much more polite and much more chill about the situation and was able to, at least in the clip that I saw, express a disagreement in a way that wasn't vitriolic and he didn't call her a retarded bitch. So, yeah, he could have absolutely gone about this in a much, softer way, but he's decided to go, very fucking hard on her, which, again, is fine. That's his prerogative if he wants to do that. But don't act surprised when someone fucking turns around and calls you a piece of shit later when you've gone really fucking hard on them. Thank you for the sub.
Is going to collapse and fall apart. This is going to be a period of time during which the people in their audience are going to be kind of politically shiftless, curious about what's going on. If Anna wants to give me the attention, and I don't think she's the self-control to not, but I guess we'll see, that's certainly to my benefit, and I'm happy to engage with that. People who have followed TYT have for a long time walked the razor's edge of being politically valuable, right? TYT has a lot of principled social democrats who watch, and even some socialists. But a lot of people who watch TYT are kind of locked in that Facebook liberalism stage where they're mostly, wine mom posting about how Trump is finally going to get his this time. It's there. I think that there's a lot of value in onboarding people, and I would have happily done that on TYT just by going on and talking with them. But again, I mean, we see how things play out, right? Do you think she'll push more people right now? You mean push more people right now? Maybe? I wonder. I don't think she's doing a very good job of pulling her audience over. I think that TYT might do a good job of appealing to existing conservatives, but I don't know how much of their audience they're going to bring.
TYT is the biggest progressive, independent news org that's existed. They've been on YouTube for over a decade, right? I think it's crazy to act like they have done fucking tons. Cenk Uygur was one of the people that set up the fucking Justice Democrats, which got lefty Democrats elected, which was very fundamental in getting fucking lefty fucking politicians elected with the Democrats. Oh my God. So egotistical.
Over. I could be wrong on that though. She's going to join Dave Rubin. Well, keep in mind, Dave Rubin isn't relevant anymore. Dave Rubin had a blip of interest back when the media was still susceptible to this. Hey, what if I'm just a centrist busybody who talks to all sides and I just coincidentally happen to be allied with conservatives and everything. But those times are done. That's not really a viable thing anymore. Anyway, don't you guys feel like right now we're maybe over-intellectualizing something that is quite funny, if not over-intellectualized? I'm having less fun by the minute watching you guys take this super seriously, but I was having
That's one thing I will agree on him with this. Okay? That's one thing I will agree on. There is a lot of over-intellectualizing of the political impact or this is all just shit fighting. This is all content, man. As I always say, all content, none of this is going to matter. People have forgotten about this in a week and it'll be the next fucking thing that's being spoken about, okay? None of this really matters in the real world. Once again, if you want to do politics, it needs to be far away from any of this kind of shit, right? So yeah. this kind of like streaming shit. I mean,
absolute delight reveling in her posting the fucking Thought Slime meltdown stream clip. That was, you started it. All right, we're moving on. We'll see if we'll see if she can control herself in the future.
Woodpecker responded. I think he would argue that he thought her takes were particularly damaging and required a heavy-handed response. Okay, even if you thought that was true, even if you thought that Anna expressing frustration at this term birthing person required a heavy-handed response, surely you could do it in a way that is critical and harshly critical without initiating this kind of ever-escalating vitriolic criticism of her over a period of months. No, surely. And also, the idea that it was damaging is insane. What Anna was saying is damaging is insane. Could you not make the same argument about her takes on crime? Like, I'm sure that people were making the same arguments about her takes on crime last year, and then Vaush was more than happy to be charitable towards her, even whilst disagreeing, Just seems like when it comes to trans stuff, that is the one fucking thing that you cannot in any way fucking go against with these people.
So much squabbling, so much content.
Thank you for the sub, appreciate it. Have a go at the transes in any way, that's too much. No, you cannot do that. Admittedly, I mean, I've not watched the whole video, so I'll take the L on that if he does tear into her. But the tone of the video, the clip that I watched, was very different to the tone of the videos we were watching, where he's introducing, other pieces of content that he was talking about. Anyway, there we go. Right, as a little bonus, I know I've spent quite a lot of time on this. I wanted to see what Lance had to say about all this. Lance is one of the people that's obviously pushing, this insane narrative. Ana Kasparian is now targeting Vaush in a crusade against the left.
Okay, I see this headline. Breaking news, Ana Kasparian is not mad. It's funny how inclusive language is a step too far for her, yet she's totally fine relying entirely on respectability politics to dunk on Vaush. Vaush actually got under Ana Kasparian's skin, and she's now claiming that Vaush is actually a transphobe grifter because of the I hypocrite clip. I'm not going to use that term, but clipping, trying to make money out of TYT, genuinely delusional behavior.
Those people that he thinks highly of, bitches, and the R word, is that what he does? That's what he does?
Yeah, he's got a curious way of showing that high regard, but feels justified in informing his audience that he disagrees and was shocked by the response he got for Anna.
Listen, I think Vaush is trash, okay? And if you actually genuinely do watch Vaush on a regular basis, you also know he's trash, which makes me wonder.
Didn't you all bring Vaush on the show? I think Vaush was a guest on the show, right? To speak about men and issues surrounding young men.
Oh my God, he is doing it. He is doing the thing that I did as a joke earlier, where he's like, oh, didn't you bring him on the show? Yes. And then after that, Vaush went on a fucking assault on Anna, an intellectual assault, because she said she didn't like the term birthing person.
Why do you keep writing into us, urging us to have that trash on our show? And yes, Vaush.
But you had him on the show. I think I'm not wrong on this. Okay, let me just search. TYT Vaush.
8 videos Vaush made of increasingly vitriolic criticism, calling out Anna for various, mostly for trans stuff. I think 2 videos for Ukraine stuff since Vaush came on the show. But that obviously is totally fucking ignored because we got to fucking push the narrative. We've got to push the narrative that Vaush, Anna turned on Vaush basically out of basically they had Vaush on the show, then nothing happened, and then Anna attacked Vaush. That's the fucking narrative. So stupid, man. Thank you for the bits, Stofra.
To know who rules over you,
this is a top hit here. 7 months ago.
You cannot criticize the
True.
There were some statistics by healthcare company Cigna indicating that men are the loneliest generation. In fact, 18 to 24-year-olds are lacking friends, intimate partners. They're feeling increasingly alienated from society. And when you look at statistics in regard to their education, whether or not they're working, more and more of this data reinforces that there is something awry. And addressing it doesn't mean that you turn your back on issues pertaining to women, but it does mean that we should be focused on what it is in society that is leading to this epidemic, what the left can do to offer solutions, and how But
just watched this, didn't
Oh, I
we?
remember when this discourse was going down. So yeah, so Anna, you had Vaush on the show like 7 months ago. What happened recently? Because I know obviously of the stuff that I know about. I know, like, you know, for a while it was almost 2 weeks full. I was like the top 3 or 4 posts on Anna's Twitter. It actually sucked because like she had
This is the guy. This is the fucking guy that apparently has got some thing where he blocks Twitter Blue users. And yet here he is fucking bragging about being the top post on her Twitter, man. It's so pathetic.
She had a meltdown one night where she was basically tweeting about me, and then just being like, yeah, blah, 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 the serfs is a disingenuous liar, and, you know, improperly frames everything when I was actually supporting, you know, drug, you know, programs in Portugal. He lied. And I was like, no, I didn't. If you watch the video, you're actually doing things that are pretty clearly obvious once you go through it with a fine comb. But because that was all left up there for a while, it sucks. I just started having people like a week later being like, hey, why is Anna still tweeting about you? I was like, what? And then I went and looked, and I was like, oh, it's just because she hasn't tweeted since. That's all. It's not that she's still tweeting about me. And then I'm assuming Vaush said something about Anna that got her very upset at Vaush. Vaush said Anna sucks at Smash Bros. Anna replied that Vaush uses modern controls on SF6, and things there got dark. Fair enough. That's usually how these things go.
I think you're garbage. I think.
See, even so, he's kind of accepting there that maybe Vaush said something, but it's like the scope of it. Am I fucking crazy here? Like, making numerous videos where you get increasingly vitriolic to call someone out for being a terrible person when the fundamental criticism they're making is so minor is fucking crazy behavior to me. Or at least you can understand why Anna's going to be annoyed, even if you agree with Vaush. Even if you agree with Vaush, surely you're going to understand why Anna is mad about the situation.
I think you're trash. Found a lot of interesting things about what you had to say about the transgender community. Tried to scrub the internet of those videos. I found them. I'm really curious why you thought it was okay to say the kinds of things about them that you did, including the fact that you think that they have mental illness, they're struggling with mental illness.
But this is what I find so frustrating. Is you can agree with Vaush's fundamental criticism. You can think that Anna, okay, you can think that Anna is like boosting the right and is transphobic, whatever you want to think about her, okay? You can think that whilst also being a functioning human being, okay, and not fucking autistic, and understanding that if you're a person and someone who you've previously been kind to turns around and viciously, repeatedly attacks you, okay, over takes which you don't think are that objectionable, then you are probably going to be annoyed with that person. That is like basic human interaction shit, okay?
Illness. That's
yeah, it's like they've got no social awareness. They've got no understanding of how social dynamics work. It's crazy.
It's about, they're the most toxic people on the internet. I've got the receipts. I'm ready to show them. But calling me a bitch turf.
Okay, there it is. Now I know what happened. I don't think anyone's going to justify old clips of Vaush being transphobic on main, probably including Vaush, right? I'm not
wrong. Vaush said that he largely agreed, but he said it too mean, to paraphrase.
You know, his daddy. I don't know what things he's apologized for, or hasn't apologized for, or what she's referencing. If she is referencing the I Hypocrite, by the way, I Hypocrite is like a full-blown fucking white supremacist who got kicked off of Twitch panels for like saying the N-word too many times. The guy's just like, yeah, he's the worst kind of people. But you know, that notwithstanding, it doesn't matter who's compiling clips. At the end of the day, it's the words themselves that have to be answered for. Yes, I have in the past seen Vaush talk about online trans communities in a variety.
Why the fuck is leftist drama always about trans shit? It's been put in chat quite a bit. I'm pretty sure it isn't actually the person that said this. I'm pretty sure this is actually a Nazi quote, isn't it? Like a Nazi said this. Anyway. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you're not allowed to criticize. And here, you need to have this as all, you know, trans women. This is all trans. This is half. Well, I'd say 25% of it is trans women, and the other 75% are non-binary, assigned woman at birth, assigned female at birth. Okay, that's what that looks like. Okay, that's what that would look like, right? Oh, wait, hang on. No, they're the ones being oppressed. Fuck, we got it the wrong way round. This hand would be wearing a glove. This hand would be wearing a trans pride flag. Okay? Where are the trans men? You can criticize trans men. No one cares about trans. No one gives a shit about trans men. Literally, no one fucking cares about trans men. I'm telling you, okay? I'm telling you. Do you know I saw the tape the other day? It blew my mind. It blew my mind, okay? There was like an argument on Twitter, and someone said that in order to ensure that like trans, you know, in order to support trans people broadly, you should hold the position that cisgender men can be lesbians. And obviously, you've got to understand, I know that not all of you are au fait with the trans stuff, okay? But a trans man is someone that was, you know, born a woman, right? So saying that like a trans man can call themselves a lesbian is going to be quite like invalidating for some people, because they're like, I don't want to be a woman. I'm moving away from being a woman, and you're trying to push me back in that box to say, well, you can be a lesbian if you want. Do you know what I mean? No, it wasn't. It was some retard on Twitter. But language is just getting destroyed before our very eyes, basically.
Variety of very yikes and offensive ways. I've also seen videos where Vaush has apologized for past comments. Again, this is not one of those like, you know, this one good, this one bad, this one good, this one bad. It would be utterly absurd if someone had, or a lot of people, especially colleagues, have been accusing me of fucked up shit, if I then tried to use that as ammunition against someone else. You know, like this whole like, what, do you want to say that I'm a transphobe? What about you? Who's the transphobe here? Who's the supreme transphobe?
Because I just don't think that it's, you know, politically advantageous to refer to women as birthing people. Or
I don't think it's politically advantageous to keep talking about this fucking topic when you yourself, as of 7 months ago, are on the same.
Stop talking. Shut up. You're not allowed to have complaints. The trans council has spoken, and you must shut the fuck up now. Do not contest trans shit. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Side as everyone else on the left on this. Again, 7 months ago, you had the exact right take on this one. But now, because it's more advantageous to you, I suppose, to keep bringing it up over and over and over, you keep hearing this thing where it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, Lance of the Serfs thinks that we should be calling people birthing people. So does Olympe, blah, blah, blah. Like, why do these people think calling birthing people, I don't want the erasure of women. And it's like, so it's actually the right. This is like gender critical talking points. They're the ones who want to reduce people to biological function and biological essentialism. They're really fucked up and bad people. No one on the other end of this is fighting for that. No one is fighting so that only women be referred to as birthing people, that women are erased. You know this. I know you know this because, again, if you watch the video footage of fucking 7 months...
The thing is, Lance is saying words. He's saying words about this. I know the fucked up bad people thing was funny, but he's saying words. Like, no one is pushing for this, right? No one is pushing for this. Yeah. When Anna said this,
what happens when soy becomes a real boy.
Thank you for the bit of bombs. I saw a bunch of people that were like justifying this terminology, you know, as like an inclusive phrase that we should use. Or they were saying, oh, it's only in medical terminology that it gets used or stuff like that. And it's like, no one is pushing for it. Yet Anna saying it was bad because it's only being used in medical contexts. Like that by definition is people pushing for it in some fashion, though. I don't know. It feels like this kind of like I feel like this point is the kind of initiation of like the no one's doing this, but then later when it's happening, it's well they are doing it, but it's a good thing. I feel like we're at that stage again, and having been through this fighting cycle before, you know, I remember a couple of years ago when I was arguing with some transphobe guy, and it was like, oh, no one under 18 is getting surgery, and then it turns out people under 18 are getting surgery, but actually now that's a good thing, and you need to support that. Okay, feels like this is the same mentality. No one is actually pushing. It's only just these medical orgs that are talking about using this terminology. You know, I imagine I'm going to guess the progressives are going to be pushing more broadly for this kind of inclusive terminology within probably, you know, a couple of years at most, I'd say.
Months ago, you're on the other side of this issue. I like stop using it as a prop too.
People with a uterus, that's terrible. I can't do that. But you can say some of the most disgusting things about the transgender community and then pretend like you have the moral high ground? You're garbage, Vaush. I don't respect you, which is why I don't want to talk to you. It's that simple.
Like, I feel like we've already slipped on it already because call me crazy if you think I'm crazy. Pretty sure just like a year ago, 2 years ago, the idea of birthing person was kind of derided as an unnecessary step to improve inclusivity. But now it's considered to be something to be pushed back against if someone utters it.
Yeah. Okay. So look, guys, the thing I can't stand is when
Debating
people say
bad
crazy,
now,
horrible things about us, and they go, why are you grabbing me? Why are you grabbing me?
Attention, he wants it so bad. Congratulations, Vaush, you got the attention you so desperately want. You're
Bear in mind as well, it's so funny that people keep pointing to that. When we just showed the video earlier where Vaush praises Anna for debating Ben Shapiro. The second video from it like over a year ago, Vaush said that was good that she did that debate. But now apparently that's used as like a negative point against her. It's so silly, man.
That's what I think of you.
It's like, well, I'm just calling you guys the R word and stuff. But what?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to defend people using slurs that dehumanize groups of people. I'm not here to defend anyone's use of the R word. I do wish people would stop using the R word as an insult.
Yes!
In general. And,
soy nods! Soy nods! Give me the soy nods!
Why are you still all lying about what happened? Why are you all still lying about this to this point? It's pretty ridiculous. Like, no one is on the other end of this issue saying...
I will say, credit to Lance, that's a pretty good... that's a pretty good pause face for Cenk. That's the one positive I think that's going to come out of this video. Is that as a pretty funny pause face.
Hey, by the way, you forcibly need to be called birthing person. I know this because you can't come up with a single example of this. Can you show me one person who has said Ana Kasparian can only be referred to as birthing person and not woman, and not like some random Twitter account 2526665 who's only comment?
But the thing is, we don't have this standard for... this is ridiculous. We don't have this standard for other words we don't like being referred to, right? I mean, obviously lefties are very fucking inconsistent on this anyway. But it doesn't have to be that people are saying you can only be referred to by that. Someone can refer to you in a certain way and you can go, I don't really like that, actually. I don't really like being referred to like that, you know? And we would have this perspective for the correct minorities, okay? Call a trans woman a dude that doesn't like it, okay? And see what happens. Call a trans woman a dude, which is, often used in a gender-neutral way. A trans woman's like, oh, I don't like that. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, we won't do that. We won't say that to you. That's so terrible, you know? No one is saying that you can only refer to them as a dude. It's like perfectly reasonable in that situation to express discomfort with that terminology being used. But Anna does it, and all of a sudden, oh, well, show me where someone is saying she can only be referred to as that. She can just not like it. She can just not like being referred to like that and express that. That's totally fine. Hey, thank you for the sub. 18 months, let's go. Thank you.
Is that I'm talking about like another personality, another media figure, another commenter.
And the thing is as well is people might argue it's different because it's misgendering or something like that. You know, here's the thing though. It's totally reasonable that a woman might find, their gender being challenged in some non-specific way by the term birthing person. The same way a trans person might be being called dude. It's not that you have to prove that everyone's trying to call you that. And you can just say, hey, I don't like that. And in any progressive space, it will just be relented. It will be, okay, I won't call you that anymore. But for some reason with Ana Kasparian, her just expressing, I don't like being called this, okay? I think we can, push forward without that sort of stuff. That is like completely unreasonable, and she should be called out harshly for it. It's so insane.
Another, even an activist I would settle for. Even if you're like, hey, this union rep says that apparently Ana Kasparian can't be called a woman, that she has to be called a birthing person. But the reason why I'm not worried about that is because there is none. This is a non-issue. It's a non-problem. It only gives, again, power to people who want to pass legislation against trans people. And by the way, two wrongs don't make a right. If you're like, hey, Vaush, I looked this up, okay? I got receipts. I saw in the past you said some fucked up shit. It's like, okay, then can both be bad then? Can that fucked up shit that was said in the past either, get some kind of an apology or something like that? And then you can also stop pushing the narrative that people are trying to erase the word woman, because that's just not happening.
Did Anna even push the narrative that people are trying to erase the word woman? I think all Anna said was, I don't like it as a term. We can support trans issues without supporting this necessarily, right? Am I insane? Like, I'm pretty sure she just said, I don't like it that much. I think there's other ways to advocate without going down like these unpopular routes.
Okay, so guys, it's not just about Vaush.
By the way, I don't say that. Like, I'm not surprised that I had a viral tweet. I made a tweet about Ana Kasparian, what is it? Not having to hide who she is anymore because of that whole, like, drug war.
I tell you what, for someone that fucking, criticizes people for having Twitter blue, he likes going on about how much he's tweeting about shit, doesn't he? I had a tweet, guys. Oh my God, you should have seen this tweet that I did. Oh, wow, a tweet.
Portugal stuff. My tweet went viral, got 25,000 likes or something like that. I understand why Anna all of a sudden just started fucking rage tweeting about me. It's not like, oh, why is this happening? And I completely agree with people who say that, like, those who like dish it out sometimes they get really complainy when they're getting anything back in return. Like, no, okay. Of course, you take a swing, you're gonna get a swing back.
That's
the reality
enough.
of it. But also, you don't have to keep pretending. You know, you don't need to add that at the end. It's like, oh, and then everyone who basically is like, oh no, why are you going after me? Ooh woo.
So all the crime.
I mean, I think in this case, this is Vaush demanding to be like, can we talk about this? Can we have a one-on-one?
Players out there who.
I don't know if Lance hasn't looked into this or he's just dishonest, but like the idea that you know Vaush is not the kind of main aggressor in this whole situation is wild to me. But yeah, just more dishonesty. I wouldn't even mind. Like, I just wish people would be honest about it. I wish people would just be a bit more upfront and be like, "Wait, what's this?" Lance's brain cancer. Like and subscribe. I disavow. This is making a mockery of cancer, okay? Good Lord, can we not please? Come on, that is disrespectful to people with cancer. People with cancer are not as retarded as fucking Lance is.
Say horrible, horrible things about us. And then when we tweak you back, I don't need your stupid tears. Go away, okay? So fine.
Stupid tears. Like, it's wild too, because like I got so much smoke from a lot of people in relation to all this for not going hard enough. Like in both direct, like people were just like, oh, it's coddled, you know, the white lady hour, you're helping, you're just like you were on the show, Lance, that's why you're being so nice, and like, oh yeah, you wouldn't treat other people. I'm like, to an extent you're correct. Yes, a previous working relationship, as well as the fact that like I do have to constantly say that like, you know, TYT have done so much important work. Yeah, it is not making me be adversarial or aggressive. I'm simply being like, oh, by the way, just so you know, the term birthing person isn't at the expense of women. It's inclusionary language. You know, I understand.
I think most honest people are surprised bigotry at Vaush for being mean to someone with taking discretion. Listen, I've said some of the stuff he said was funny. I don't have a problem with Vaush being mean. Vaush can be as mean as he wants. He can call her the worst things he can think of. That's not a problem for me. Go crazy, fill your boots. It's the level of dishonesty in presenting it as, oh, Anna's come for me. Anna's initiating this. That's the stuff that I mainly take issue with. You know, he should be more honest about the fact that he has been going for a fucking neck for the past few months, you know?
There's a difference between whether or not you would, you know, utilize language to erase men and if we're semen providers or whatnot. But, you know, that's the reason why so much of it was nice. This, again, it's all turf talking points and it's gender critical shit. I don't want gender critical techniques to show that they have efficacy in America, because boy, are they ever fucking useful in the UK. Like, you know, Katie Montgomery put it so well, where she's like, yeah, things are a little bit different between the two countries and the way they operate, right? In America, a lot of your bigots are loud and they're avowed, and you'll get Matt Walsh's, you know, calling for the eradication of transgenderism, and Michael Knowles is saying that stuff as well. But in Britain, it's a lot more like, oh, well, we just want to allow adults to be adults and children to be children. That's what we care about deeply. And this is ultimately about allowing people to make the best possible decisions for themselves. It's a lot more insidious.
Sorry, I'm not going to take that. We have got Graham Linehan. Graham Linehan is one of the most disgusting, hateful fucking people when it comes to trans people going, okay? Don't take that away from my country. Graham Linehan is an extremely fucking overtly hateful person, okay? Go and look at his fucking Twitter. He's insane.
You know, it's kind of like that liberal style of racism.
Fine, you like, I mean, what if I get like, look, I'm willing to talk to almost anybody. So you want to debate? What are we going to debate? What are we going to debate? I don't even, your positions are not consistent.
He's Irish though, don't care. Basically the same. Oh, he's Irish, he's Irish, he's Irish. We basically fucking rule the Irish, okay? What can the Irish do if not for us?
Debating the Vaush that hates trans people or the Vaush pretending to love trans people?
This is so weird. Y'all had Vaush on your show 7 months ago. It wasn't like a lifetime ago. It was like, oh, by the way, I just dug this up 7 years ago. Vaush was actually on to it. It was this year. Like,
it's so funny to me. He keeps going back to this. What about the content that Vaush has made about Anna in the past? Does Lance think that there's any possibility that maybe Vaush has made some fucking content about Anna as well?
No,
oh
I'm
my God.
Right now online.
Okay, where's the money? Where's the money?
Yeah.
Oh, have I got you to talk about me?
What? I mean, hey, you could use this on me. You're way more popular than I am, but I'm sorry to tell you this. Vaush is more popular than you are. If anything, this segment, you could like put that argument on. Like, it's cloud chasing. Oh, you guys are cloud farming, trying to get Vaush to react.
Yes, I agree. I've said, you know, I think TYT dropped the ball in some of the statements they made. You know, Vaush in that clip wasn't saying all LGBT people. He was speaking about the online LGBT community. And that's why so many people were agreeing, because it's like, yeah, Vaush has just got a decent take here about how cancerous the online fucking community is. So they definitely dropped the ball in the handling of the clip. And I don't know if it's honest as well to say that, like, Vaush is trying to delete it from the internet. You know, I think it's something that, you know, Well, the funny thing is, he says people were saying he's accounted for it in a video, but apparently he agrees with himself. He just thinks he said it too harshly.
Do you know? Do you enjoy the surfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Surf Times in podcast form, available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review.
There we go, guys. Lance from the Surfs with a great take on the Vaush situation. Not anyway. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I think based on everything I've looked at, it's pretty obvious what's going on here. At a time when Vaush was kind of... Oh, wait a second. There's a couple more things to look at, actually. Vaush, Ana Kasparian is a grifter for palling around with Ben Shapiro, also Vaush. I mean, I just don't understand why we're attacking people on the basis of, like, who they've debated. I don't think Anna... I mean, you know, I think that Anna and Ben presumably had a more... Probably didn't have, like, a hostile interaction. They probably disagree. But they probably didn't have, like, a hostile interaction because there was, like, a sort of common decency of conversation happening, right? But didn't Vaush do exactly the same thing here? Like, I'm pretty sure that in this conversation, Vaush intentionally went in with a kind of softer approach in order to try and, you know, be amenable to, you know, like, he didn't want to go in there and start fucking calling them retarded bitches and shit. He wanted to have a decent conversation and try and bring people over his point of view, right? There was another clip of Anna as well, for the purposes of fairness. I think it's Anna shouting at Alex Jones. Who shared it? I don't think I saved it. Was it the Thana person again? God, everyone's names are all spelt fucking weird, man. After the Tim Pool discourse, his fans gave him shit for being too cordial, and he correctly countered with why that's a bad idea in terms of broadening your influence. Anyway. Has anyone got the clip I'm thinking of? I don't know who shared it. One of the Vaush Industrial Complex shared it, I think. It was a clip of Anna, I think it's when she popped off at Alex Jones. Oh my god. Ana Kasparian in a nutshell. Donald Trump will make America great again. Donald Trump is a fucking retard. Did you just use the R slur? These people are like socially awkward shut-ins. They just don't understand that there's a difference between getting upset at someone using a slur in an abstract sense against a third party like Donald Trump, right? Versus someone personally directing insults and vitriol towards you after you've been kind to them when they've been in a situation where they're getting dogpiled and not wanting to engage further with them. Oh, anyway, I think we've done all we can with this segment. Oh. 100 different NBCs have responded with this. I never said it's bad for Ana Kasparian to speak to Ben Shapiro. I actually think she did a fantastic job debating him. However, Anna said she won't speak to Vaush because she doesn't respect him, which implies she respects Ben Shapiro. Is it bad to respect Ben Shapiro? I don't know. Is it a bad thing to respect Ben Shapiro? I respect Ben Shapiro personally. I disagree with like pretty much all of his takes, but I don't know. Like, why would I not respect him in some way? He's built like a fucking news organ shit. Like, he's done a lot of good shit for his side, as much as I disagree with him. And also for Anna personally, it's like, well, yeah, like obviously you're going to be more respectful to someone that hasn't called you a retarded bitch than someone that has, particularly if you've been amenable to them in the past. Yeah, I think lefties online just think that respect means you agree and support everything they do or something. I don't know, it's weird.